in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton and Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton and Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Well, we got some things happening today. Giants making a deal. We also got maybe nothing happening on the you-know-who front. Jonathan Kuminga, but we have more information, and it's interesting information. It's a Drive Guys. We know what's up with Mr. Draper?
No, you know Draper being Draper.
Okay.
But, see, Whitey, as I choke down a few of these damn gummy bears.
Yeah.
One of the things Draper tried to do while we were gone, well, he did do it. He didn't try.
Uh-huh.
Is, see, he tried to insult our integrity and the fact that we might take a day off here or there, you know, and when he does make his once appearance every month, you know, and we're not here, he tries to make sure that people know. So I'm going to go ahead and return the favor to my guy, Kyle Draper, a.k.a. Drapes, and let him know the Temple Owl, Winona State. I don't know what Winona State's mascot is, a.k.a. DJ Lynx. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's DJ Lynx right there.
Really?
Yeah, that's what we call him around here nowadays.
Oh, yeah?
I'll let him tell the story about that one day. But as he's shown up to the game, he's like Buddy Hield. He came in the wrong uniform, so he had to go grab the shorts and then come back out. So I just want to let everybody know, now that he's walked in, he took off the tearaway pants, but he's late.
Yeah. DJ Lynx?
Yeah, DJ Lynx, man. That's my guy, DJ Lynx.
Dude, you know I'm a man of many talents, right?
So here we go.
Yeah.
So in college, I used to be a radio DJ. Yeah,
okay.
That was my name, DJ. As a matter of fact, Whitey, Jay, fine listeners, I still got my Newmark NX. I got the tables at the crib, big fella.
Tables, man.
I could show you video of a 2-year-old Quinn scratching on the tables.
Wow.
Dude, it's like a side hobby of mine.
Uh-huh.
When last time you done connected Serato to that?
You got any audio? You got any samples?
Nah. Come on, man. I'm not creating beats or anything like that. But no,
Mixes,
I just mess around.
Mixes.
Nah, bro, I just mess it around.
How was your scratch game?
Solid, actually.
Okay.
Solid.
Okay.
But it's not like it was when we grew up with the actual records and the way they do it now. It's kind of easy, if you will. I'm gonna send a video of a young Quinn Draper with the headphones on in the basement in Boston scratching.
That'd be great, but I think we all want to see DJ Lynx. That's what we want to see.
You know what, Jay? Can we plug it in here?
AKA Buddy Hield.
We
got his shorts?
Can we plug it in here? In the studio or something like that. Maybe one segment.
We'll
at
try
some
to figure
point,
it out.
You know what I mean?
There's a will, there's a way.
Let me be in charge of the music. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right.
A couple weeks ago,
we had a birthday party for one of my aunts. So we had family gathered, and one of my cousins says, "Hey, I got something for you." And he gives me this record, but it's like a long playing, an old LP, but it's got it's just really old looking. And I don't even know if it had a hole in the middle. And I look on the label and it's from 1946. And he said his dad, who was my dad's brother, he was my uncle, he had it. And it's like a newscast that my dad apparently did in high school. Really? And which I never knew he did. And I have no way of listening to it. It's not like on an old record player. It's even record, older, but it's like not
a 33 or anything like that.
Right. So I don't even know how to play it, and I don't have any idea what it is.
You gotta take a picture and put it out there into the interweb, and they'll let you know.
Somebody will know. Yeah,
right.
You know
yeah. So my dad, I'm trying to think, he must have been like in high school or something. I never knew he did that, so I got to see if
that's pretty cool,
he would have
man.
told me that. I think
a record with no hole in it.
I'm not sure.
What you just said?
Yes.
No
it's
hole,
an odd recording of some kind. I gotta figure out what it is, but I'd love to hear that. And if that's interesting, maybe we play that one day. The day we play DJ Lynx.
DJ Lynx. Somebody bring my stuff in. Yeah. I love it, man. I really enjoy it, And, Jay always says as a DJ, you play for the audience, not yourself. That's why I wouldn't be good. Because I'm playing the hits, my hits, the songs I like. That's what's so beautiful about it, having it at home. Mm-hmm. You can mix the cuts you like. And so, no, man, that's one of my hobbies.
Okay.
All right. I'm out there, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talking about Jonathan Kuminga, is that one of your hobbies?
Do we have to?
Man, we got stuff. That's how we're starting.
Do we really got stuff? Do we really have, Whitey, do we really really, has anything changed in the last 24 hours with Jonathan Kuminga?
No, but we have more information.
All right, what you got?
Mark Spears says Kaminga, quote, wants to go, end quote, to Sacramento.
Did he say wants to go to Sac or wants to go?
Quote, the Kings are offering a starting spot. He's talked on a Zoom call with Scott Perry, BJ Armstrong, and also with Doug Christie. He's in.
Yeah. I have a problem with that.
Do you?
Yeah, because I have
this
a problem.
This is the guy that said DeMar DeRozan was coming here when no one else said that.
Yeah, but I saw the context in which Mark said it. It reads different on black and white than the way he actually said it. It was like, yeah, he's met with Scott Perry, BJ Armstrong. He's in, but if you emphasize he's in, the way he said it versus the way it could come across on paper. But no, I do believe Jonathan, he wants out, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like only 2 teams. And so I think he's in with us. I think he's in with Phoenix. He's in with anybody that's interested, it seems like right now, that'll give him the role that he wants. He looks at us and sees a starting spot, sees an opportunity to be, if not the face, at least your number 2, on the team. Same thing with Phoenix behind Devin Booker. And so, yeah, it's, but that's not, go ahead, man. I know we got 4 hours of content we got to fill, but Jay, we don't have nothing new on this.
I didn't say we had anything new, except we have new information. We also have from Shams on ESPN. I don't know if we have the audio, Jay. I know I didn't get it ready for you. Oh, we do have it. Okay.
Oh, Jay,
Shams,
okay.
According to Shams, we know that the Kings actually were offering a first-round pick.
Yes.
Here's the report. And it's funny because, as Alan Stiles and Kyle pointed out, at one point you hear Slates and he tries to jump in here with something, but Shams kind of keeps going. But this is Shams and Slates with some more information on the Kings' pursuit of Jonathan Kuminga. We'll get that for you in just a second. So, yeah, I'm not saying, things are happening on that front, but we have more information today, Drapes.
Yes. Hold on. I'm just now seeing something on social media. Hold on here.
What do you got?
We got to text Frankie Cardicelli and be like, what are we doing here on the YouTube skin, if you will? We got our skin. You want to go to YouTube and look at our show.
Yeah.
Scroll down for me, Whitey. I don't like to start off the show. What does it say on yours? In the caption, the synopsis, if you will.
How would you grade the Kings off season so far?
All right, keep going down. You see the gray part.
Yeah. On today's edition of the Carmichael Dave Show.
Right, what are we doing, man?
Come on,
Frankie. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, the Drive guys, Kevin Gleason, Kyle Draper, and on today's edition of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, that kind of thing.
But Sorry, I'm getting another call.
Exactly. It was probably Carmichael Dave calling him. All right, go ahead.
All right, we'll get that
I
taken care
digress.
of. Here's Shams, and with a little bit of slates, with more on the Kings and their pursuit of Jonathan Kuminga.
The Sacramento Kings, I'm told, have actually offered a first-round pick in those conversations. There's been a conditional first-round pick as well as a potential rotation player as well. But the Warriors have wanted the Sacramento Kings to give them an unprotected, fully first-round pick. The Suns, on the other hand, do not have a first-round pick to trade, so their deal would likely look at 1 or 2 rotation players and second-round draft compensation. The Warriors, though, do not want bad salary in return. They don't want players that they feel don't have the value moving forward that Jonathan Kuminga could have. So clearly, their asking price has not been met in these potential offers. There's still about a month and a half, 2 months left before Jonathan Kuminga has a real decision to make with that October 1 qualifying offer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was Slates. I think he's going to go. I can confirm, but Shams
he big boyed him, right?
Nope. Stop sign.
He sunned him. Said, "Nah, stay at the kids' table."
Check this out. Don't do my guy like that, man. My boy's a new kid on the block.
And
Shams.
he's doing all the heavy lifting.
Right,
He's doing the reporting.
And then Shams is getting,
Yeah.
I saw that. I noticed that too. It sounds like, because if the Warriors are off in 2 years, 45, that's not anything to sneeze at or, be upset about. The no trade clause situation, I can see being pissed about that, obviously. But it just sounds like to me, Kaminga can't wait to get out of there.
Right.
He'll go anywhere other than Golden State.
Mhm.
Like that's the last option as far as he's concerned.
And it looks like it's becoming a stare-down contest between Kuminga and the Warriors. And the Warriors, according to one report you may have seen in the ESPN story today, forget the exact wording I'm looking for here, but it amounts to this. They're thinking of just bowing out of all the sign and trade talk completely, which is like, really? Are you really? I don't know if they're trying to scare up the best offers they're going to get, but whether they say that or not, we all know this is going to go on a while.
Yeah. That's some posturing, I think, from the Warriors.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I will say this, though. When I look at it, the Warriors have leverage, Kaminga has leverage, and the Kings have leverage. Or conversely, they don't have leverage, however you want to spin it.
Mm-hmm.
And, this whole thing to me reeks of a staring contest, if you will.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I said.
Is that
Yeah.
Who's going to blink first?
Mhm.
The issue I have with all of this is from a media standpoint. I don't know if Jay's noticed. I don't know if you've noticed. Whether it's Warriors media, Kings media, it's almost like the local media is arguing on behalf of their franchise.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Right? Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah,
it's
I
like
have,
the Warriors
definitely.
media is, why should we give it? And, and they're taking the Warriors side. Kings media, we're not budging. Warriors have no, it just seems, instead of, talking about it from a factual, it just seems like we haven't heard from Scott Perry, BJ Armstrong, Dunleavy Jr., nobody actually involved. It's like the media is sort of trying this out, waging this war in public
that is
almost.
Interesting. And I agree with you. In addition to that, you've also got the fact that some of this is coming from Kuminga's camp, because they're trying to drive the narrative a little bit too.
Yeah, exactly. One thing is clear. The Kings are interested. Kuminga's interested in the Kings, but the Warriors feel like they are not going to be strong-armed.
Mm-hmm.
All sides feel like they have some leverage. And I think, honestly, Whitey, have we seen a player actually sit out? And I'm talking of Kuminga's ability, not the James Hardens, not, Durant's, guys that can actually, but does Kuminga have enough pull to be like, I'm sitting out?
Yeah.
I don't think he has that.
That's the gist of the whole thing. Take the Kings and put them aside because they're waiting. Sometimes you're eating, and I know you have dogs. Sometimes a dog waits to see what you drop, and he's going to eat it off the floor.
Right.
That's kind of where the Kings are right now. They're going to screw this up, and if something falls, we're going to gobble it up. Yeah, but it's out of their control. But you've got the Warriors and Kuminga, as we said, the stare-down contest. Kuminga could sit out next year, or, he could say, all right, I'll take the qualifying offer. Then the Warriors probably wouldn't play him, right? Why would they play him?
Right.
And then his value goes down when he hits free agency. On the other hand, if the Warriors do that, they it's really hard to trade him if they sign him that. It would be a lose-lose.
Right. The
that.
Kings are probably in the best position because you're not going to miss something you never had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be different if he was here and then, or we signed him a la Zach LaVine a few years, but okay, it didn't work out.
They're trying to be opportunistic.
Yeah, exactly. And other opportunities will present themselves, next year, down the road, trade deadline, whatever it is.
Yeah. And Mark Spears also said this is the Suns' offer, or at least this is what the Suns have offered. Royce O'Neal, Nick Richards, and 4 second-round picks.
See, but I this is the problem with that. I heard that, Whitey, and it's kind of like he threw it out there. Like, do we have that soundbite? Because
I think
it
we do.
reads differently than what it actually sounded to me.
Jay will take a moment to get that ready.
Yeah. That's the thing. I watched the whole Mark Spears situation today and NBA Today, and
you can throw it to him whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here's what Mark Spears said about Jonathan Kuminga. Is this the one about the Phoenix Suns offer, Jay? Oh, the one about him coming to Sacramento. Here's Spears.
He wants to go.
He wants to go.
He wants to go. And the Kings are offering a starting spot.
Okay.
Power forward next to Keegan Murray, next to Sabonis. He's talked on a Zoom call with Scott Perry, as you know, the GM, BJ Armstrong, the assistant GM, and also with their head coach.
Okay.
So he's in.
Right.
He wants to go there, but I think that first, the Warriors don't like the first. And then the Suns, I heard they're like offering Royce O'Neal in 4 seconds and Nick Richards. That's just not pretty enough.
He wants to go there.
Yeah, but then he said, I hear the Warriors the Suns were offering. That's not a report. I hear versus this is what the Suns are offering to me are two different things. I hear the Kings offered this, but it may not be true. That it might have been like, I don't.
I understand that.
Yeah,
it's a great
that's
point.
the part.
Shams in his report, he didn't say I hear the Kings have offered a first. He reported it as fact.
Right. That's right.
Also, Mark Spears did say Kuminga wants to go there, Sacramento.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. Okay.
We knew that.
We knew that, right? Yeah, that's what I'm
that.
talking about. There's nothing new.
Yeah.
Like the only thing new is that Kaminga.
I don't think we knew that. I didn't know that.
No. Last week you weren't here. Last week.
Open to it.
That same thing, man. When you don't have any options, Whitey, a la Kaminga, I'm open to the one that's there. I want to go to it's the only. I'll tell you a quick story. I'm gonna get personal here. Back in high school, Parkway High School in Philadelphia, your boy Drapes, all fired up for the prom. I was excited. Had a girlfriend at the time. We broke up 2 weeks before the prom. Okay. Young lady said, Kyle, would you go to the prom with me? I looked at my options. I saw there were no other options. Sure, I'm open to it. I want to go with you, And so that's where I think, honestly, there are about 20 teams Jonathan Kuminga would go to right now. It just so happens the Kings and the Phoenix Suns have the spot for him, and so that doesn't belabor the point that, yes, he wants to come here, but that's because it's the only option he has, really. It's either that or go back to Golden State, And so, I don't know. I'm tired of Kaminga. The dude, if he comes here, great. But damn, we're not talking about prime LeBron, ladies and gentlemen. We're not talking about Kevin Durant or Kyrie or Tatum. This is a lot of reporting and a lot of angst for a guy who, has potential, no doubt about it. But I'm like, can we get this over with already?
No,
and that's the problem, right?
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
It's going to be a minute.
And another reason why, there's not a lot else going on in the NBA, but also, as you said yesterday, it's holding up a number of other things. So,
yeah.
It's not just with the Kings, but certainly with the Kings and the Warriors. So it's like, And there does seem to be, especially around here, there's a lot of fans that want to know what's up with Kuminga. There's a lot of fans that want him here. And whether it's overstated or not, when Mark Spears says he wants to come here, I have to think there's a lot of fans here that might have been on the fence like, oh, if he wants to come here, bless him. Let's get him. Kings fans love it when a player says, I want to go there.
I might have to sit this one out, boys.
What's the matter?
Nah, it's, like I said, it's like the prom date. I wasn't even checking for this young lady in high school. Soon as she showed interest in me,
I see. So,
okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like who likes you.
You don't think he really wants to come here?
I don't think if he had 20 other options, I think he wants to come here because his options are limited.
And I think that's why the Kings, if they can do something, they need to do it now. Because if he becomes an unrestricted free agent, all of a sudden he's going to have a lot more people asking him to the prom.
Right. Exactly. You know? That's exactly. Well, Kings and the Suns reportedly are the only teams interested in him. You know, only teams willing to offer the kind of contract that he wants. So, of course, he's going to want to come to Sacramento. I'm not, I don't want us Kings fans to think, man, if we get Kaminga, this dude's all in. I don't know if that's 100% true, Whitey. I don't know, man. I may have to sit this one out, man. I don't know.
Why would you have to sit
because
out?
I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it, man. It's the only damn. We need the Niners to make a splash or the A's to go on a 20-game win streak or something like that. Like, did they? I missed that.
They traded Tyler Rogers, the submarine.
Oh yeah, the low baller
to the Mets for 3 players, including Buto, reliever who pitched last night, got lit up. So
is
two farm hands, two of their top 12 prospects, and then a reliever who's been with the Mets.
Is this buying or selling?
That's a good question. To me, wait, you're trading one of your middle relievers who's having a good year, a setup guy. That means maybe you're starting to wave the white flag.
Right.
But they got a guy back who's a reliever.
That can help him out now.
Yeah, so it's kind of but they they're losing a lot of games here. You lose 3 in a row to the Mets, that's one thing. They're trying to avoid getting swept by the Pirates. And if you're
Are they at home again?
Yeah.
Getting swept?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
it's 1-1 right
now. Jose Buto is the other guy they got. If you're getting swept at home right before the deadline, 6 in a row, including 3 to the Pirates, that tells me maybe you don't want to be a buyer.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to cash in, punt on the season, if you will. Yeah, they've been on a terrible slide. They've lost 11 of 13 or something crazy like that.
It's been bad,
fellas.
It's
over.
What?
Of course it is.
For the Giants?
So
come on,
but
Jay.
does Buster have the wherewithal to acknowledge that and say, yeah, all right, we're going to have to make some moves to bring in some future help?
That'd be his fault if he didn't.
Well, that was the issue last year with them too, right?
Yeah.
They didn't do anything at the deadline.
Well, Buster wasn't in charge last year.
Yeah.
He already went and got Devers.
I know.
That's true.
And it's over.
And I believe since they've gotten Devers, if I saw this, if I remember this correctly.
Losing record.
Yeah. 13-22 since acquiring Devers. Worst record in baseball.
Man, where's all them Giants fans that was attacking me a little earlier this season?
Dude.
Where's Javier from Vacaville who wanted to put me on the scout me? Tried to tell him. Tried to tell him.
Jay, I thought of you today. I saw, I follow a lot of A's fans, and one of them, I forget who it was, posted a picture of Oracle and said, me and a buddy got free tickets to see the Giants. People have been telling me this park's way better than the Oakland Coliseum. And he said, I don't see it.
Don't see it.
Compared to the Coliseum?
This ain't the land of the blind, baby. We all
come on.
We all got good
That's
vision.
hilarious.
2020 over here, baby.
That's hilarious.
Lens crafters. All I'm saying is this. It's an overrated ballpark. And it's over. So if you pretty soon, fellas, we'll start to see them tickets dwindle. As we get closer to September, when it starts to get frigid in the city,
start to empty out.
Absolutely,
thing they got to consider. You wave that white flag, you're waving bye-bye to a lot of people.
The Niners getting ready to start playing.
Matter
of fact, the escapades coming to town. Disney on Ice. It's over. Tried to tell them, fellas. I tried to tell everybody wanted to jump on the bandwagon. Oh, we got this guy and all that, and this and Buster, the Savior. I mean, he's Jesus of Nazareth. He's the Holy Trinity. He's gonna bring it back.
Damn, Jay.
Come
Buster
on,
in
man.
1
That's
year
over with.
to fix things. And it ain't over yet. We'll see what he does between now and the deadline. By the way, you hear the unfortunate news about Jacob Wilson? He got hit by a pitch and he had a bad wrist. He has a fractured forearm.
Yeah.
What?
Are they using like minor league x-ray equipment
Oh,
too?
come on, man.
They take him to the vet or something?
Oh, that's messed up,
to save
man.
money? I mean, he's going to be out a while. That's really unfortunate. But how do you, I guess sometimes it's hard to detect.
It's hard to tell. Yeah.
Did you say?
second opinion or something like that.
Did you say,
man.
are they using vet?
Vet
You want to get that right, don't you?
Oh, man.
Anyway.
That's hilarious. Hey, here we go. Here we go.
Cold blood, man.
Compio, Jay, where are the A's?
Second to last, dead
Okay.
last.
All right.
We know our space and we know where we belong right now.
Okay.
Okay, Drapes. We didn't come into the season drinking a whole gallon of truth juice.
Truth juice.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
man.
man.
We got, I understand. Somebody from the 916. Whoa. I respect your endeavors taking our season, but to call the park overrated is too far.
Drinking the head.
Jay knows what he's doing.
No, he is.
I'm not a big Giants fan, but I think the park's amazing. A lot better than Kings.
Because I'm a shoe-in for Hater of the Year.
Park. It's a beautiful park.
Compared to what?
Just about
William Lane or what we talking?
Any other park I've been to.
I'm just asking. It's not. It is.
It's no rent-free field.
Absolutely, it's not. You better believe it. Come on, baby, Auburn. That's what I'm talking about. Petco's way better.
Yeah, Petco's a nice park, and the weather is
Better health is better. Health art.
I'll say this too, and you know this, Jay. You go to the Coliseum on a Sunday or a Saturday. The Bash Brother days. When
Yes,
it was
sir.
Sunny.
Yes, sir.
That place was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
Really. Yeah.
Speak on it.
Sunny and nice and great team.
Packed.
They did it right. That
the
big
energy.
draw. Yeah, they do need a new park, but still, the park wasn't really the problem there. It was part of the problem, but there were bigger problems. When we come back, hey, any 49ers make this year's Madden NFL 99 club? Next on Sacktown Sports.
He digs, he turns, he dives. It is a touchdown. It is a touchdown.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Unfortunate deep ball downfield into the end zone. A crowd is there, and it is caught. Touchdown. Miraculous.
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tomorrow night starting at 5, right here on Sacktown Sports.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khtk.com.
Summer's flying by, and that back-to-school checklist, it's growing fast. New backpack? Check. School supplies? Check. Dentist appointment? Let's fix that. Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics is making it easy to cross dental checkups off your summer list fast with priority scheduling for new patients and kid-friendly care that makes them smile. It's one less thing to worry about before fall. Call now or book online at kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com because healthy smiles should be the easiest thing to check off your summer list.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Avery-Anna. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hot Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPfest.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
People are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, from Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville, because they've seen for themselves the huge selection and the best prices at SacSuperstore.com. Good luck finding a lower price anywhere else. And if you do, they'll match it. It's as simple as that. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where a handshake still means something. Open until 10 o'clock and centrally located right across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. And online at SacSuperstore.com. The guaranteed lowest price and the best selection of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeeps, and Rams. SacSuperstore.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Shooting lower scores isn't always about changing your swing or equipment. Sometimes it's as simple as changing how you hit certain shots on the course. Molly Braid, a Golf Digest Best Young Teacher, sees a classic mistake on uphill chips. Players will grab a sand wedge thinking the high-lofted club will get the ball in the air, but instead, the ball pops too high and comes up short. Use a club with less loft, Braid says. Grab your pitching wedge, 9-iron, or even 8-iron, depending on how far you hit the ball. Set up with your hips and shoulders in line with the hill. The handle is going to come back, and there will be added loft to the club, so it will have more height, like a sand wedge. Your pitching wedge and your 9-iron don't have as much loft as your sand wedge, but when you're hitting from a steep uphill lie, your pitching wedge is going to produce sand wedge-like results. You'll get that high trajectory up and over the hill to land soft on the green. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Baseball trade deadline tomorrow. The Giants made a deal today. Tyler Rogers, a fan favorite, looks like he'll be traded to the Mets. The Giants get Jose Butto and two players in their minor league system. Jose Butto is with the Mets right now. They're playing right now in San Diego. And Kyle Ledbetter was telling me Jose Butto is in the bullpen, and he finds out he's getting traded and got a little misty-eyed.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he pitched poorly last night. He got lit up. He's probably feeling like, that's a rough 24 hours.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of this, and I know they've been talking about this in New York. It was 10 years ago when the Mets traded a shortstop they had by the name of Wilmer Flores. They traded him to, I believe they traded him to Milwaukee. And he was crying in the middle of the game, and it became a huge story. He's on the field, finding out he's getting traded by the Mets, and he's just sobbing.
Sobbing out there.
And the Mets rescinded the deal.
Why?
Well,
because he was crying?
Yes. They were so, ownership was so overcome by that.
Dang, this guy wants to be here. We can. Yeah, he loves it here.
Do you remember that at all, Jay? When Wilmer Flores was on the Mets and he gets traded and he's just sobbing. So it's tough on these guys. We think of them just as assets and things. Obviously, it's very difficult to get traded. It's hard on fans. I know there are some Giants fans that are not happy that Tyler Rogers is let go because I remember when he pitched here, very quirky. That's too bad.
Saw him with the River Cats.
Yes,
too.
yes.
Yeah. Come up through there. So, yeah. What else you got? For the next 3.5 hours, we have nothing to talk about now that Kaminga is.
For the record,
let's talk about.
You're the one that brought up Kaminga.
I'm just saying, man, because that's all anybody seems like wants to talk about. Well, how can we advance it, or like what's the next thing to just be discussed about Kaminga though?
I just don't think anything's going to happen.
Right.
That's what's going on, and everyone's wondering what's going on. Well, that's where it is, but it's a stalemate. Like Jay made this point, I think yesterday, or maybe it was Monday. We hear about these things as somebody reports, oh, this is what's going on. That's what's going on. And there's a temptation to think, ooh, okay, now things are moving. And no, things aren't moving.
Right.
It's just that's what has been going on. It's just kind
kind of stagnant right now.
Yeah,
the waiting game.
I read Slate's story on ESPN, Slate's and Shams. And the one thing that stood out to me, actually a couple of things. When I look back at this, the Warriors botched this royally.
I agree.
Like, that's, and I get why Kaminga would be upset. I get why Kaminga would want out. I get why he wouldn't trust the Warriors, even if the Warriors say, we'll offer you a bigger role. I mean, when you look at it, first of all, you bench this guy during the playoffs. He's out of the rotation during the playoffs. Then you have some injuries and you need to, break glass in case of emergency. All right, Jonathan, come save us. He goes out there and performs extremely well. It's like he's a kid that has to constantly, get reassurance from the parents, prove to himself to his parents when he's like, I've done everything. I've helped you win a championship here, and you still aren't. Like, there's no reason why Jonathan Kuminga should not be a regular member of the Warriors rotation. I'm sorry. The dude is too good. He's too much of a talent. And now the Warriors find themselves in this position because they botched it. How many times do you see a player on a rookie contract want to leave an organization this badly?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember anything like, is this Ben Simmons with Philly? No, because he got paid. You never see this. And to me, this is, the Warriors, they kind of get what they deserve when it comes to this because they botched this thing, and then to go ask him to waive the no trade, get that out of there. Why would he do that? He doesn't trust you.
Yeah.
You haven't done him any favors.
Right.
Why would he do that?
The Bulls have a somewhat similar situation with Josh Giddey, but they just got him.
Right.
With the Warriors, they've had this Kuminga situation brewing for literally, 5 years?
Yeah.
And they knew that the coach doesn't think he's a fit. He wants more playing time. We don't know if we can give it to him. So given those parameters, how you let it get to this point, you're right, Drapes. That's totally on them, and it's a near total botch job.
Yeah. You're more familiar with the Warriors organization than I am. Did Mike Dunleavy Jr. inherit this problem? Is it a Steve Kerr issue?
It's a basketball ops, and I think ownership's seen him. He's never really been a good fit for their system.
Right.
But he's very talented.
Right.
Okay, well,
right.
That's an issue. But 5 years later, they still have that same issue. That's totally on them.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you think was going to happen?
Right. It's, and it's almost like, and I don't know this, but why draft him in the first place?
That's a very good question.
What I mean? It's, he didn't fit your system. It's not like he fit the system first year and then, or when he became out of college. He is who he is. He's not a Klay Thompson, not a Splash Brother kind of player. He's not, an elite passer, and so I think you look back at that draft, man, just how they botched that one, and Moses Moody is a solid player. But honestly, I feel like they've stunted his growth to an extent. And so I get why Jonathan Kuminga would be upset. The question, I guess, going forward is, who is it on to remedy this situation? Because I do feel kind of bad for Kaminga. He's going to be stuck going back to Golden State on a 1-year qualifying offer at $7.9 million. In today's NBA, he's worth more than that.
Yes, and he'll be persona non grata.
Exactly.
They won't even want to
They
play
don't
him.
even want him.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly.
He'll be punished for taking that qualifying offer.
And you said it earlier, lose-lose.
Yeah.
Like, neither side is going to come out getting what they want, it sounds like.
The reason the Warriors drafted him, you go back to 2020, and they knew that, all right, he had just suffered that terrible injury. Durant was leaving. Steph's getting older. Draymond's getting older. We'll do a little bit of a reset. They had that gap year. They ended up with a high pick. They draft with the second pick. Halliburton, no. We just looked at that draft. A lot of good players in that draft. Yeah. They draft James Wiseman because they felt he had the most upside. And, bless him. He's recovering from is it Achilles or I think it's ACL. So we don't know what he's going to be. He's probably not going to be as good as they thought he was going to be. Then they end up getting, they get Wiggins and they get the pick for D'Angelo Russell, which was a great trade. The number 7 pick and Wiggins for D'Angelo Russell. But with that pick, got to get upside. We're going to have to get somebody in here who's going to help us replace Steph when he's gone.
Yeah.
So Franz Wagner, nah. And again, a lot of good players in that draft, but Kuminga had that high ceiling. So I was like, yes, that's what we're doing. And they've made a mistake in both cases, and they've been paying the price ever since, and they haven't figured out their way around that.
Yeah, and it's obviously I'm not a Warriors fan. We all know that, but
I think you are a little.
No, not zero chance. But over the last decade, they've been sort of the model franchise.
They will tell you that,
right? They'll let
the rest of the league. Yeah.
Exactly. They'll let you know.
Yeah.
They're willing to pay their stars. They make the right roster moves. But with this is they have botched this royally. And I'm looking at the Slater and Shams article, and it says the Warriors' current stance is that Kaminga will be on the Warriors roster to begin next season, either through the 2-year offer or the standing $7.9 million 1-year qualifying offer. I don't know if that's just posturing to get other teams to raise their price or whatever, their offer or whatever, but it doesn't seem like anybody's backing down at this point.
There's one anonymous GM who talked to Fred Katz about all this, and he said if Kuminga ends up accepting the qualifying offer, he says the Warriors are bleeped because you want to bring him in. At this point, they want him to trade him.
Right.
Accepts the qualifying offer all of a sudden in terms of the salary slots and things like that.
Right.
That's not favorable for them when it comes to trading him.
Is there any chance you think the two sides, talking about Warriors and Kaminga, can mend this fence?
Not unless the Warriors would have to, just do a 180 basketball ops and Steve Kerr, and they'd have to say, oh yes, we're committed to you. You're the guy. And with the way they are committed to their veterans and everything, I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
You see Steph and Draymond Green and Steve Kerr going, oh, you're right. You're the guy.
You're right.
Let's go.
Yeah. We're going to
what do you need?
18 shots.
How can we help you?
Let's talk about the Kings side of this thing, because if you're Scott Perry, how long do you wait? Do you just wait it out, or do you get on with going about your business, if you will? I assume that BJ Armstrong, among others, really likes Kuminga. So you're in this far. It's a matter of, we're in, till camp opens. Right? Because I asked this because what about our boy Malik Monk?
Mm-hmm.
His name is hanging out in the wind. Devin Carter.
Those are the next things. Whenever Kuminga's resolved, that'll be the next.
Right.
chapter.
It's like, can you go into the, training camp with this unresolved?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does Malik feel about hearing his name?
And DeMar too, right?
And DeMar also.
Yeah,
exactly.
Limbo.
And so the Kaminga situation is kind of holding up the Kings to an extent also.
Right.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got, man.
But I get the sense they like him enough where they're willing to wait.
Yeah. The Kings. Yeah.
Something falls in their lap. Great. If not, okay. What have we lost?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll get to the Madden NFL 99 Club. See how many Niners made it. See how many Eagles made it. When we come back to Sacktown Sports.
20, 15, 10-5. Diving. Is he in? He is.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Down the middle. It's caught over the shoulder in the end zone. Touchdown, Smith. And that may make it insurmountable. Wow.
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tomorrow night starting at 5 right here on Sacktown Sports.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualify imported. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Payout via virtual prepaid for 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Brought to you by Xfinity. Sports are unpredictable. The price of your internet shouldn't be. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One consistent internet price for 5 years with no annual contracts. Guaranteed.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
I get it. The Kaminga talk goes on and on. We'll have a lot more of it before it's resolved one way or the other. But that's not the big King news today. The big King's news is my guy, Dacoin Plowden.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, you've been high on him.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Two-way deal.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. Nice little summer league player. I was talking to some of the coaches about him, and they were high on him, wanted to keep him within the organization. They let Isaiah Crawford, become a free agent. Goes to Houston. That opens up a slot. And your boy Plowden.
6'6" scoring machine.
High on his defense. Physical, too. Like, his build is pretty solid, too. So, kudos to him. Shout out to him, man.
You know where he was born?
Oh, no, I do not.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I knew he was my guy for a reason.
Mastery Charter North. You know what that is?
No.
That's a high school he went to. In
something new, Drapes. They wasn't around when you was rocking.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
The suburb.
The Philadelphia high school system has changed since I was there. Simon Gratz High School. Anybody know Simon Gratz? You ever hear that? Rasheed Wallace, Aaron McKee, they turned out. I don't think it's anymore. Like, this is a legacy high school, a basketball powerhouse. I think it closed down.
Yeah. My high school in Vallejo is now a middle school. It's not even high school anymore.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mastery Charter. See, they went with the charter schools.
Yeah. I may have told you the story before, but it's traumatic. When my senior year, our basketball team won the league championship for the first time in school history. And I remember at the end of the year, Coach Stevenson, rest in peace, he tells us, you guys are going to be able to come to games in the future in this gym, and you look in the trophy case and show your families, and you won that. So years later, my daughter was playing in an AAU tournament. We're playing at Hogan Gym, and I go in there, I take her up to see the trophy case, just like broken glass and stuff.
Really?
There. Yeah. She's like, yeah, right, Dad. Sure. You must have been on a really good team. I don't know where it is. I don't know what happened. Yeah. So,
dude, I got to holler at Daquan, man.
Oh, yeah.
He grew up a native of Germantown, Philadelphia, section of Philly. Dude, I grew up 10 minutes from there. Like, he's definitely going to be my guy. Can I claim him as my guy? I know he's your guy. Can he be the Drive Guys guy?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, everybody's your guy. So, yeah, that's good. I mean, I can't very well get in the way of that.
Shout out to Daquin Plowden.
Guy on the Kings is from your hometown. He's your guy.
He got to be your guy. Yeah. Mastery North. I never heard of that school. I gotta look this up and see where it's located. Sorry, this is something that's shocking to me. I've never heard of Mastery North.
Mm-hmm. I just like his jump shot. Like you say, he's big. He's physical, rangy, good player. Speaking of Philadelphia, as Drapes looks up some information here on Mastery Charter North. You know, it's a big deal to those who play Madden. It's a big deal also to actual NFL players. Every year, Madden NFL game, they announce the players who've achieved a 99 rating, the 99 club. And it's the highest grade you can get. There's been a year or two where nobody got the highest grade. Last year, the 99 club for Madden was Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. This year, there's no 49ers. Saquon Barkley and Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson in it too?
Saquon Barkley and Lane Johnson.
Hey, man. You know?
Lane Johnson's a cheater.
Dog, he's mastered his craft. What are you talking about?
You know that kick is illegal.
Come on, Jay. You just upset your guys don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
If it works and they don't call it, the most they can have, I believe, the most 99s you can have in any 1 year is 7, and we have 7 this year. Saquon Barkley, Lane Johnson, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Myles Garrett are the members of this year's 99 club. No 49ers.
No CMC.
Not this year.
Not even Brock Purdy.
I have no idea what he is, I'm sure. 90?
So Saquon's a 99 and Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's just a knee-jerk.
What quarterbacks
You
did
win
you
the Super
say?
Bowl.
Did you say any?
Yes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Mahomes is not.
Now Mahomes not even a 99.
Right.
Interesting. Okay. No, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a solid list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do think this might get me in trouble with Jeff.
That's what we're here for.
How good?
By the way, Kings fan Dan, says, happy to hear Drapes finally found somebody to be his guy. Confio says, Draper's my guy list now up to 1,800
members. If you're from Philly, you're my guy. I mean, let's call it. If you're from Philly.
That's automatic, yeah.
Lamar Jackson, huge fan of Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Is amazing. Josh Allen, big fan of Josh. Can they be 99s without actually having played in the Super Bowl?
Sure. Because you're talking about, and I don't play the game, but you're talking about the abilities to do this and this and this.
Okay.
You know,
right.
that's all.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any, maybe I'm wrong, like intangibles.
Right.
If I'm wrong, I apologize. But
like, why wouldn't Mahomes be a 99? All the dude does is
you're speaking of 99s.
Oh boy, yeah.
Tony Ray Harvey stepping in.
Man, Tony Ray Harvey. What time Tony's supposed to come on? 3 or right now? 3? All right.
Yeah.
I'll ask him some questions off camera because I gotta ask him about his Twitter profile. So some of his tweets. That's for the Patreon show or something like that. The paid show. How you doing, big dog? You good? All right. We got
Twitch
Tony Ray
version
coming up here in a minute.
Yeah. We'll get you on
Sorry,
right away,
yeah.
Tone. By the way, I was looking at a list today, just looking at lists and things. Most underrated quarterbacks quarterbacks of all time. And this was a list from 2024. But there were 2 guys that play now that were on this list of the most underrated quarterbacks of all time. Now, I don't know if that's true, but it got me thinking. And it is true. You got a couple guys playing right now, massively underrated, in my opinion. And we're talking about Geno and Baker Mayfield. Are they not right now with what they've done?
Geno Smith?
Yeah.
And Baker?
Massively underrated.
And this is of all time?
This was on that list, but I'm just saying, I don't know about that, but they are hugely. You look at the production and, all the money and respect that goes to the upper echelon quarterbacks, and these guys are really good.
Yeah. You could argue they're both underpaid. Like, what's Baker, like 30-something million?
He got $100 million flat, right, for 3 years?
Yeah. Yeah, think about that. Like, you got guys making 50,
right.
close to Dak making 60.
Yeah.
Who'd you rather have, Dak or Baker
Yeah.
now?
Baker's taking the Tampa Bay Bucks to the playoffs every year.
Exactly. And then Geno, and, I forget who I was listening to on ESPN. They were talking about, or it might even been Carmichael Dave this morning. I can't remember. Geno, all he does is get you to the playoffs, and that's what you want from a quarterback. You know what I mean? He provides stability out there and with the Raiders now. And, it's interesting that both of them had to leave their original teams to have that success,
and I
too,
think that's
right?
one reason why they're kind of looked down upon us, because they didn't come in. Well, Baker obviously was a high pick with Cleveland, but then it's like he had to move on. So then it's like, you're not that good. Your team gave up on you.
Right.
And Gino was like almost a punchline for a while.
Right, exactly. And I take both of those guys right now. They've figured it out. They're playing at a high level right now, no doubt about it.
We mentioned the Major League Baseball trade deadline nearly here. Thank you, Jay, for this update from John Morosi. Justin Verlander available on the trade market.
No way.
Justin Verlander on an expiring contract. Out of respect to the future Hall of Famer, the Giants are open to working out a deal if it makes sense for Verlander and the organization. His last 2 starts, 10 innings pitched, 1 earned run.
Yeah.
Waving the white flag,
Fellas,
Jay.
I'm going to say it one more time.
Giants waving the white flag.
Check that verbiage they tried to use. Read that one more time from JP Morosi. Out of respect.
Out of respect to the future Hall of Famer.
Come on.
The Giants are open to working out a deal if it makes sense for Verlander and the organization.
Yeah, I bet it does, huh? I bet you know what makes sense. It's over. And we're going to go ahead and you don't let a wily veteran like Justin Verlander go if you believe you're in the race for the pennant, right?
Right.
But he's been awful. Well, he hasn't been
right.
good.
Drapes,
right?
Come on, man. Don't try to make sense of this. Don't try to make sense of this, Drapes. You know what time it is. It's over.
Yeah, and it's also a sign that Justin Verlander looks at it and goes, yeah, I would rather finish up here with a better team.
Right. Yeah.
They're sniffing almost.
And they need starting pitching,
yes,
too.
Absolutely. They need a lot of things, Whitey, but yes, starting pitching is one of them. I like how they put that out. JP put that out there. And JP is friend. We got to get him on the show. JP is one of the best to do it. And so I know he probably took that verbiage straight from his source. Mm-hmm. It's interesting how the Kings, how the Giants worded that.
Yeah, I was watching him last night. He's up to 95, 96. Not classic Verlander, but he's got the yackers working, so he's pitching better.
Yeah. All right. And the Giants don't need that.
This is
waving a right flag. Yeah.
That's all, Jay.
Well, shots out. I'm glad they're doing the right thing. Buster gets it. Do it out of respect to get him on to a contender, because you're no longer that.
Out of respect to our audience, our listeners and viewers who are the best in the business, Tony Ray Harvey is going to join us when we come back. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
He digs, he turns, he dives. It is a touchdown. It is a touchdown.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Uncorks a deep ball downfield into the end zone. A crowd is there, and it is caught. Touchdown. Miraculous!
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tomorrow night starting at 5, right here on Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our Giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A+ Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520
$99.90 now. ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
I'll tell you, one of the things I miss about going to Kings games is when I do go to Kings games, quite often I get to sit next to our next guest. Although he's very busy,
yes,
we do have a good time together. He is, of course, author, journalist, reporter, many other things. He's been covering the Kings for decades. Tony Ray Harvey is with me. How are you?
Doing great. It's good to be here with both of you, Kyle Draper and Jay Johnson.
I wore my ABA shirt.
Yeah, you got me all hot up. It's funny that, I actually saw that before I came in.
Yeah.
And, I did find me a San Diego Sales.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to be sporting that, this upcoming season.
And you got
but
Anaheim
your
Amigos,
Your
right?
brother
Yeah.
should have came in here and did that, man.
Yeah, we were the Anaheim
right.
Amigos.
And I got the Anaheim Amigos.
Yeah.
I love that one, too.
Yeah.
I even got my name put on the back of it, as you can see,
Uh-huh.
I wasn't a basketball player back then, but it does make me feel like it.
Any significance with your Jackson State shirt that you
I have a lot of family who lives in that area, Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay.
And I have a lot of relatives who attended Jackson State, and I've been to a lot of HBC activities, basketball and football, tennis.
Yeah. He broadcast a
volleyball.
football game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got to.
Yes.
Yep. We got to talk.
I was trying to, do a
that
story.
story,
Because I heard you telecast one last fall, and I was like, oh, wow. I mean, Draper's a reporter
that's the
too.
annual thing, baby. Yeah, I'm out there, man. I'm out there.
I'm the spotter this year, fellas. Just to
he's
let you
coming
know.
out this year. Yeah.
Nice. So Mississippi Valley State, Southern, out of Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole bunch of HBCUs that I'm kind of connected with. Alcorn State, I have some relatives who went there. That's also on that part of the western part of Mississippi, close to the Mississippi River. Other side of the river is Louisiana State. So and Grambling State. I done been through all of those. Pretty historical.
Really.
Environments.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Some of them in the thickets in the middle. I know Mississippi Valley State, it's in the deltas, so it's up north, as if you're going
Aren't
to
they the Delta
Memphis.
Devils?
The Delta Devils.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Okay. Willie Totten. I know you guys were talking about that
That's
the other
right.
day.
Yes.
He was the quarterback. I think they named the field after him. Willie Totten Field. He was a gunslinger.
Yeah. So as we wait for a King season to resume,
Coach at Southern too.
You've been going out to a lot of A's games, right? You've been covering the A's, whatever they are, the Athletics of West Sacramento.
I enjoy it, Kevin Drapes. I do. I know the situation, with the owner and things like that. The relocation, Oakland A's fans. Of course, we see more opposing team fans than we do, down there at Sutter Hilton Park. But I really enjoy it. I've been covering it. I think I only missed like one series, and I think that was the New York Mets series, and that was because
two of those got
the Kings were playing.
Had games,
right? So
yeah.
I wasn't able to make that, but I've been to at least every series, at least 1 or 2 or 3 games, since then. So you get a chance to to watch all these MLB teams come through there. And I also just think that the A's have a really good product on the field. The record does not say so, but they got some really good young talent on there.
Really
The future is now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the things, you know, what Jacob Wilson going to be out for a little bit. Nick Kurt's been doing his thing. Then there's other young man that I asked about yesterday, Max Muncy.
Yeah, he's got a little pop.
Man, he plays third base, shortstop, second base, and his bat was getting hot. He gets hit in the hand while they were on the road. So, but they're looking forward to him being back any day. But I don't know. I don't know. This same thing with Jacob Wilson, because Jacob Wilson, right before All-Star break, he got hit by a 97 mile per hour fast pitch, you know, and we were in the clubhouse and we're looking at this thing. This thing is growing, you know.
Yeah.
The contusion, I mean, it was out there. And then he goes to the trainers. He gets a little bandage or something like that, a padding on it. And then he comes back and talks to us. And he's talking about like a couple of days. I'm like, no, man, no. After the swelling go down, it's still going to be kind of tender. I know you want to play in the All-Star game, which he did along with Brent Rooker, who's another slugger.
Great story.
Man, I love his game too. And here we are today. So hopefully he'll be back this season, Jacob, you know, but they got some great talent on that team.
They really do.
Denzel Clark out there doing his thing, Lawrence Butler, Soderstrom, and then, you know, the older guys.
Don't forget Shea Langoliers.
Shea, man. And I was a catcher, so you know.
Oh, really?
Oh, were you?
Okay.
I like his game too, but they got a great product.
Let me ask you though, what do you make of Severino and last night? You know, taking a couple of spills on his second and third pitch. Was he exaggerating a little bit, trying to draw some attention to the mound issues? What's going on with that guy?
First two pitches too.
Yeah,
he was a little comical about it. You know, after the game when we asked him about it, but something with the mound, a little indention, and he
there was on the TV replay, and I don't know if they have that up for you guys when you're at the game, but there was one of the pitches where his foot actually, you could see it slide.
Oh, did it slide? Okay.
Yeah, but the ones where he fell down looked like he was just like almost taking a dive.
Right.
I don't know, man. Severino, you know, he's been really critical, you know, about playing at SHP, but you know, then we got these trade talks going on between now and tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to move him. You know, he's the highest paid player on the team. What he signed a 3 year, $66 million contract. Yes, he just won at Southern Hills Park last night for the first time.
He's trying to get other teams. Come get me. I can still get people out.
And he really threw a good game on top of that, because after those two pitches where he was having problems with the mound, he struck out that batter. Okay. And then he went out, struck out about 5 or 6 more. And of course, you know, they won the game 6-1. And that was good to see. His ERA is much better on the road than it is at SHP. Hey, you know, he's supposed to be the leader in that locker room. You know, these other young guys hearing what he's saying, and, you know, he's relaying that too. Whether he'll be back after Thursday, that remains to be seen. Seemed like he's on a little hot streak. He won his last 3 games, so we'll
right
see
before the deadline.
Right before the deadline.
Yes.
We get it together. Okay, we got a couple more sinkers and a couple more sliders, and, you know, these types. Here they are. You know,
So Tony Ray Harvey with his Sacramento media legend. Trace wants to talk about Kuminga. I don't know if you guys.
Everybody talking about Kuminga.
Yeah. Have you waded into the waters with all these media reports and Twitter and everything, or are you just sitting this one back where if something happens, I'll report it kind of thing?
Yeah, if something happens factually, I'll report it. Come on, Drake.
You're a journalist, man. That's why I like you, man.
Fair and balanced reporting. You know,
right.
None of this, you know, I'm hearing things, and look. There's one thing that's been getting.
You see, I teed him up there, Whitey, right?
There's a couple things that's getting me wrong, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just too much of it. Everybody's reporting what everybody else is reporting.
Yes.
Okay. Can you do a little detective work and go find out about these things about yourself every once in a while?
You know, I think you just posted about this, and this has always bothered me. Somebody has something, and then someone else will say, yes, I have confirmed what someone else.
Look, confirmed it with who? That's the part they give me too. It's after the breaking news come out.
Yeah.
You know, Shams or something like that. And then, yes, I can confirm. What are we trying to do here? I mean, you need that much attention? Go out and find something else. Just say, you know. And when you say that, who did you confirm it with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
My
everybody
sources
already knows.
My sources, I can confirm that report.
Oh my goodness! So look, yeah, I mean, if something factual comes along,
right?
Okay, if I, retrieve or extract any type of information, yes, I'm going to report on that. But right in the meantime, I'm just listening to it. Okay, I particularly I'm not in favor of a lot of rumor talks, but that's part of the business too. So I have no problem with that. But I'm just trying to stay on the safe side.
Yeah, where do you think the I can confirm? Where did that come from? And we're not talking about any because it's been around for a few years.
Yeah,
but 20 years ago, nobody. 15. 10 years ago, I don't even know. That's when it started.
To check, sources. Sometimes it's one source. Sometimes we like to get 2 or 3 sources to make sure and things like that.
That's old school.
That's old school.
Multiple sources.
Confirmation. But this is a little bit laziness that I'm hearing about this thing. I can confirm. It's just you're just bringing attention to yourself. You have to explain a little bit more when you come around it and then try to bring it out as content and stuff. I'm just old school as there is. I go all the way back to Walter Cronkite. I'm telling a little bit about my age. I'm sitting there listening to him talk to a 4-year-old kid about a contraption landing on the moon, where a 4-year-old can understand it. Okay, and it was nothing but facts, and those facts was right there in front of your face. That's much confirmation that I possibly need.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this then, Tony Ray, and Tony Ray Harvey, the great Tony Ray Harvey, joining us here. And I want to stay on this because I came up through the journalist side of things. There were certain rules. How much do you think the consumer, the fan, it's almost a disservice to them?
It
I
is
think
a disservice.
That's the thing that bothers me. Kings fans, Giants, or whatever sport you like. As a journalist yourself, do you feel like you sort of owe it to the consumers to report accurately? I feel like that's sort of gone out the window, and we're doing a disservice to our listeners, our viewers now.
We're supposed to be trusted members of the community. We're supposed to be trusted messengers of the community. Okay, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm just sharing information, mass information with you, so you can understand what's going on here, and whatever opinion or that you come across, that's on you. I'm just going to put the facts out here. A lot of that is missing today because with social media going on, everybody think that they're reporters now. And they could just you have alluded to this too. You can just put out anything out there in an ambiguous way, and people just suck that in. I can't do that. I like I said, that's a disservice. You mentioned this too, as far as credibility. That's really important in this game. Now, I've made some mistakes here, recently, and those were cardinal rules. I broke them. I never do it again. But then, you find out, some people got an axe to grind with you as well. So you have to stay, you have to stay in line with these things. I slipped up, investor, but man, it's just really getting kind of crazy. And I think social media has a lot to do with it now, because now there's people coming out the woodworks. Oh, I'm a reporter. No, you're a blogger. You're only doing like one thing. Most of the time, you're only doing like one thing. You're only concentrating on one thing. And that's blogging.
Tony, it seems to me that honest to goodness reporting, my dad was a newspaper guy. It doesn't sell. That's not what sells now. And it used to be cherished. Like, and now it's like, yeah, that's great, but this sells and people pay more attention to reporting that's not really old school reporting, and maybe it's not even accurate, but it's more entertaining.
That's the word. That's the magic word. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're in a clickbait society. I'm not gonna discount that, but I'm not going in that direction. But people want that allure, that glare, out of these stories. Okay, and that's what's selling right now. Okay, otherwise, no clicks.
Right.
No clicks.
Can we ask you about the Kings?
You can always ask me about the Kings.
Yeah.
I listen to y'all show every day. I'm listening to Styles and Ledbetter. A lot of information that I get because I'm hearing for breaking news coming out of you guys. I'm always going to stay in tune to the Kings because that's part of my bread and butter too. It's politics by days and sports by night, but the King's always going to be there.
Just so you know, if Drapes raises his right arm, that means
breaking news. Like if this goes up,
it's
that
just
means
a drill,
something
Jay.
popping.
Shut up.
Shut up.
What do you think of the Dennis Schroeder signing?
needed a point guard. They got a point guard. I know there's been some mixed, emotion and reactions about that signing, but I think he's going to be, he's going to be able to contribute to this team.
He addresses a need.
He definitely addresses a need, and he's a table setter, and that's what the Kings need. That's what Domas basically said. That was coming from Jeremiah Samuelson, who asked him that question. At the exit interview. So I think he's going to do well for them. They're still kind of stuck in that guard position, but that doesn't really affect him. They do need a backup guard somewhere down there. And I'm not saying that Devin Carter's, well, I don't think he's a point guard anyway, but I know they're looking, I done heard these things about, Russell Westbrook. So that would be complimentary to Dennis Schroeder as well. But they got what they wanted, and, leading right up until that time till they signed him, that was the target. And yes, I think he will be an extremely serviceable person. I just hope that they can get another backup guard to assist him.
Yeah.
Our guy Tony Ray Harvey joining us. Tony, back to the Jonathan Kuminga situation from a basketball standpoint. For a Kuminga deal, or you see a fit for him here in Sac?
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell me why.
I mean, well, of course, they got too many guards at this point like that, but he's a go-getter. He showed that in the playoffs. He can get a basket. He got a little bit of defense in him. I don't know if Kerr, is warmed up to that side, but I think he would be a good asset to the team because he needs another location. It's just not happening in San Francisco. He's being bounced around. I know money is a lot to do with it, but this seemed like this guy is a Scott Perry guy. This guy can be a Doug Christie guy. He would fit right here. And I'm sure he would give it his all if he could put on that Sacramento Kings uniform. We'll see. No, he's not happy. I've been listening to you guys. He can't be happy about this whole situation. I mean, a lot of things was going on. You guys mentioned that too, before he was drafted, with Clay getting hurt. I know that was the contingent plan to get somebody in here as these guys get older and get them developed.
Poole was part of that too. Poole was ostensibly drafted to take over for Clay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and this is where we at. And I don't know who fault this is. What's going on with Kaminga. I know, yes, Mike did inherit it, but he still had ample enough chances to take care of this.
That's the thing.
To settle things down with this guy or trade him or whatever. So this is the mess that you made, and this is why it's news today, and it should be news.
Yeah. You mentioned Devin Carter. When he was playing in Summer League, I got a text from a guy that's been in media, been an analyst, done a little coaching, brother's a coach, and he was telling me, Devin Carter's just not at either end of the floor. He's not leading the team. And he was playing pretty well, but what it takes to be a point guard. I've been more open to the idea that, maybe he can be a point guard. We'll see. I know we had Jerry Reynolds on. Jerry said he's more of a lead guard than a point guard, but it was just, to be frank here, it was really interesting to me to hear, very educated basketball observers say he's not really leading the team at either end.
And I like the way Jerry Reynolds put that too. Analyze that too, as far as, being a lead guard, because there's a lot of that going on in the association this day. And with Devin, I'm not saying he could ever be a point guard. He did tell us before, Summer League started that he never played it before. Okay. Devin Carter, he's a playmaker. He's an off guard, basically, but running the point, and leading in that way, no, I didn't see a lot of that as well. He was effective in some other areas.
Right.
But as far as, bringing up the ball,
shot's going in.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he could shoot the lights out of it. You get that rhythm going and things like that. But as far as, coming down and setting up, setting the table and making sure everybody's situated offensively and being that guy on defense, because you want a point guard, who's real skilled at that position as well. And he can play some defense. But this is my thing with Devin Carter. If you're going to keep him, he's not a point guard. So it's best to just work on his strength. Let him do what he do best. Okay. You don't have to he can bring the ball up every once in a while, but let him do what he do best. Otherwise, that's why I'm hearing his name on all these trade talks.
Yeah. That is a tough transition, Trace, for any player, especially an older player,
Right.
especially a pro. Okay, you're gonna play point guard now. That's
Right.
something to be really good. You got to start.
That's something you got to train at, right?
Yes.
Years of being able to play that.
Bulls. Look at those Chicago Bulls back in the 90s what they were doing. They won 6 championships. They didn't really have no point guard. Michael Jordan was basically the lead point guard.
Yeah.
Okay. And Harper, he was a shooting guard. Okay. So this basically started back then. I mean, time has changed. And I mean, of course, playing against somebody like Jordan is a hard sell, but he's a shooting guard.
Well, that was a triangle too, right?
And it was a triangle, right? That's why it worked so well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Derek Fisher was kind of the point guard, but they didn't necessarily have a true point guard.
He was basically the shooting guard to me, though.
Yeah,
right. But he was a point guard. He did have the skills and the abilities and things like that. But
Ryan Harper.
Nah, he wasn't a point.
I had no love for Ryan.
No, I love Ron
not as a point guard.
Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying he wasn't a point guard for that. For those championship runs that he had. I mean, hey, that was Jordan. And Whitey just said it. That was all about that triangle. It was all about that triangle offense.
Yeah.
But I wish him well. Devin Carter, that is, and let's see, what's going on there. But if you're going to keep him, if he's going to be there, when media day start, training camp start, just let him do what he do best.
Right.
And just go from there. Trying to force him into something right now after years of, playing other positions and stuff, that's going to be a tough sell.
It is tough. A lot to ask.
Tony Ray Harvey joined. Tony, what do you make of the job Scott Perry has done so far? Because I remember before the draft, everybody was, anxious, eager for him to do something. He made a couple of draft picks, seemed to be solid picks so far. Signed Schroeder. What do you make of the job he's done so far and his patience, I guess, that's going to be needed, I think, to turn this all the way around?
I know he's been preaching that.
Yeah.
But our Sacramento fans, we want it now. I think he's doing a great job, thus far for what he got. I'll just use something that former United States Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall said. I did the best with what I got. Okay. So this is basically Scott Perry's position right now. Okay.
Yeah.
We got these heavy contracts between, Zach LaVine and DeMar and
what, Domas?
Domas
Domas
make him 40, 41, 42 million. So he has to work within those parameters and things like that. But I think he's doing a pretty good job, and he's doing it the way he wants to do it. I mean, every Monday, if you look on the X platform, he has these Monday affirmations.
Yes.
And he's pretty big on those type of things. So, he's really organized. He has a strategy for things that he wants to do, whether it's professionally or personally. I love these picks. I had a chance to, to be among these young men, and Reynard and Clifford. Those came out of nowhere where, that was basically, the starting block for what Scott is trying to do. And I also like how he's been handling the local media. He's been giving out a lot of interviews, so he's been really communicative with everybody. I know you've been out to lunch with him too, Trey. So I think he's, is a good fit. Still a long ways, before we can really evaluate, his work. But I think he's going off in the right direction right now.
Yeah. Malik's in a state of limbo, isn't he?
Yeah, man. I just wrote a cover story on Malik too about him living here in Sacramento. Of course, it was.
Did they post it yet?
I have to show it to you. It's out there though, but it was like, now, he really does like living here, but now we'll
see. Yeah,
we'll see. And I wonder what's going through his mind.
Right.
He's been doing all his charity work and stuff like that. And, then on the court, he was a reserve. Then he was a point guard. Now he's going back to reserve. Now, I might be moving on. Now they're talking about my contract. All this stuff got to be going on through him, his agent, and his brother. These things got to be talked about. But, this is the business. You just have to be ready and see what happens. And when it's time for you get that call, to play, to get on the court, that's what you do. That's what you do. But I really hope everything's okay with him. He's been an electrifying, dynamic player. And a respectable guy, as far as being a member of the community. We'll just have to see, what happens.
It happens in sports. It happens in other jobs. It happens on radio. He was here. He had the GM that brought him in. He had a coach that they had that, funny relationship with, but he was willing to come off the bench. So he was, in a sense, a leader in that respect. He was friends with De'Aaron, but now all those guys are gone, and you got a new regime that apparently
he's been
feels
going
like,
through a lot.
Thanks for everything, but we're not sure we need you.
Yeah, he's been going through a lot.
Yeah,
it's almost like we don't appreciate everything.
Exactly.
We
Right,
appreciate
right.
some of the things. That you do. Okay.
Yeah.
So if he's here, I know he will give it his all. Okay, but if he move on, I'm sure wherever he lands, he'll be okay. Now, I'm not sending him out of town. I'm not pushing him out of town. I really want him, to put back on that uniform, Kings uniform, and do what he do best in front of the spectators and win some ball games, though. But there you go. We're talking about these guards again. They just have too many guards.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to get in the reserve position 15, 20 minutes a night behind the starters.
I see the Vegas over-under on the Kings, I think at 35.5. I like where the Kings are from this regard. They won 40 games, tons of turmoil, trade away your best player and all that. Where do you see the Kings this upcoming season?
Man, I get to ask that every offseason too. It's really hard to gauge, looking forward, to what's going on, because I know there's still some work to be done, with the GMs, Scott Perry and BJ Armstrong.
The Kuminga thing would change the
Right,
whole
complex
and everything. Yeah,
but man, that's a tough one, Drake. But usually I can just come out with it though. But I could see 40 wins again, but it could be 38, 37, 38. Yeah. It could be 42, 43. So but it just really depends on if everything comes together. One of the good things about that too is that they kept Doug Christie. And now he's getting a full-blown opportunity to start from scratch in the offseason to try to put these things together, okay? And speaking of a philosopher, which is Doug, and he likes to relate to the players a lot, hopefully that would be the number one key, going forward, and the success of this team, having everybody on the same page by the time training camp start and seeing what we can put together and try to get a little rhythm and string together some wins here, because I think Doug did an admirable job, last season, going through all those.
Oh yeah, yes.
You just mentioned that too. So
they all did an admirable job.
Yeah,
they did.
All things considered,
they did. So we'll see when we get there. Like I said, I'm just in the middle of it. It could be 40 tops, 40 less,
right,
or 40 or more. So it'll be interesting to see them. But as always, I'm always looking forward to seeing them play.
Can you stick around a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. More with Tony Ray Harvey coming up. More on the Kings. Also, we'll look at the A's and the trade deadline, see how the Giants are faring as well and what they got shaken. It's a Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hagen Oaks wants to be your go-to total golf game fitter. Try the TrackMan experience, the very best technology to fit your metal woods and irons. The new cutting-edge putter fitting studio with its $30,000 worth of technology is ready for your fitting. Hagen Oaks will help you find the best putter for your game. Hagen Oaks offers more technology, more choices, and more service. Schedule your fitting at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio by calling 916-808-2531, 808-2531 for more.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Low Cash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
At home, 6-7, something like that.
Yeah, and they've got the worst record in baseball since they acquired Rafael Devers.
Devers curse.
That was supposed to be the turning point right there. Man, this ball club is struggling. I didn't expect that after the start that they had.
Yeah, so it would be foolish, wouldn't it, at this point, the way they're struggling, to try to be a buyer at the deadline tomorrow?
Yeah. What more can they do?
Yeah.
They need about 24 hours to make something happen. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man, they got some areas that really need shored up right now and stuff. Yeah. That's why they having all these issues though. But and then look at it, it's a close game, 2-1.
Yeah.
All right. You had an opportunity,
That second and third, 2 outs in the 10th, Ramos swing and a miss. Night. To me, the problem with the Giants is, Buster was supposed to come in and change things, and he did make some moves, but there's no way in 1 year Buster could correct what happened under Farhan. And, Farhan was in with the Giants, and he was supposed to develop a farm system, and they were supposed to, by this point, to have a handful of homegrown stars that were affordable and under club control, and it just didn't happen.
Do you think Bob Melvin is the crux of all their problems as well? I mean, I know he's a more than capable manager and things like that, but you think there might be something going on with him, as far as trying to.
Bob Melvin was always really nice to me when I was at the A station and he was a manager. He was always real nice to me. So that's all I'm going to say on that.
Really? Dang.
He was a really good guy. He's struggling right now. He's struggling with his team right now. I'm not saying it's all his fault, but they're just kind of lifeless.
Nah, I mean, can it be all Bob Melvin though? I mean,
No.
he had Gabe
No,
Kaplan,
it can't
Bob
be all of
Melvin,
him, but
he
got to take some accountability in it some way. I mean, but and I look at him like I look at Mark Kotsay. These guys, they are scientists at what they do and things like that. But Mark Kotsay is strictly right now, with the athletics about development and things like this. This is not a developmental team. They're supposed to be really winning at this point. So when I do look at the managers too. I'm not trying to fire off on him as getting,
No, you're right.
trouble.
I mean, it's something you have to look at.
But I'm looking at all, some of those position players too. It's like, why? Why? Okay, and I know there's been some former players been really critical of the Giants this season as well too. So it's a
the
concern.
Giants' record, and you pointed this out, the Giants' record vastly superior to what the A's are right now. But you look at the A's have a direction. They have life, and I know they have
Young
nights when the
players,
pitching
yeah.
isn't there, and they just get
The
bombed.
bullpen in the last two games against Seattle, I don't think anybody has scored on them, thing like that. But they really been having struggling with their pitching this past
I think
season.
the Giants right now are just
drafted
like,
another.
wait a minute, what are we doing here? Where are we? So
They just drafted another left-hander from Florida State, Jamie Arnold.
He was just there at the ballpark, right?
Yeah, and I missed it too as far as the press conference too. I was kind of ticked off of that, but anyway,
if they're here for a few years, there's a good chance within a couple years we're looking at a pretty good team. Wouldn't you agree?
A's?
Yeah.
They,
a couple, 3 years, they have a chance to be a
I will
pretty
hope
good
that they
team.
can be here for the next couple of years so we can see that. Because like I said, the future is now. And whatever's going on, through all their affiliates, the systems of what they got, the Lansing Lugnuts, the Midland, Texas Rockhounds, and then Stockton Ports, they're part of that. They're doing a tremendous job, as far as developing their players to, through their system and things like that. And that's what we're seeing, with the Jacob Wilson. Well, Nick Hurst, he wasn't down there that long with the Aviators, that long stuff. But it seemed like they really know how to draft and develop these players.
Nick Hurst
to get
is
them
a stud.
And I'm not trying to burn down the South. I told you this. Okay. He hit missiles, dude.
Yeah.
And I call them Dixieland Delights. Okay. And this is walk-up song by Nico Moon that's called Catch a Good Time. And there's a little phrase in there. This cat, about 6'5", 220, 230 pound first baseman, hits missile. I think one of his ball hasn't even landed in Placer yet. Placer County yet. Because he's going to hit a lot of 400 feet plus balls at SHP and on the road. I'm really impressed with him. And where he come out of Wake Forest in North Carolina. So he's an ACC guy.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I remember the big Amish. Yeah. And he's not Amish. We did confirm that too. It was something that he had visited a Amish school when he was younger, in that area. Lancaster, Pennsylvania has a Amish enclave or a community and things like that. But he hit them Dixieland Delights. I like his walk-up song by Nico Moon. I mean, it is a really great. I listen to all their walk-up songs. But
what would your walk-up song be? Tony Ray Harvey, catcher, is a major leaguer.
It's a new one out here with some kid. It is what they call it, farming something like that. It's been like a viral sensation on Instagram. And it's a rap song that they be playing it to. It's a boat race in India somewhere like that. I forget what it's called and stuff, but I don't want to say too much about it because the language can be
right.
I said that would be my walk-up song. At least one of them.
Let me ask you, because I don't want to be a hater, but my co-host is really high on the A's. Going forward, they got some young talent at position players. Where do they get the pitching from? Do they have young? Are they going to spend the money to bring in pitching? That's what I'm worried about. Whether it's starter, bullpen, where does that come from?
That is really a great question, Drake.
And it might be criminal if they don't.
Yeah,
you got all this young talent.
Right. They got bats.
Yeah,
they got bats. Right. And, they can play a little bit of defense too. But actually, Kyle Ledbetter and I last night at the game had a long discussion about that. About their pitching. With J.P. Sears and what's that? Gwen. I do like Jake Lopez. They just brought up another cat. He's been there for about a month now. Jake Perkins. I think he's going to be okay. He's still in that developmental stage right there. They got the Severino thing, going on. And Jeffrey Springs, I think he's a pretty decent pitcher too, but they're just not star caliber ace pitchers and things like that. So where are they going to get them right now? I mean, it seems like the pickings are real slim, in the MLB when it comes to pitching, and that's what they're struggling with. Like I said, their 11th pick in the draft was a pitcher.
The A's way, they gotta draft them and develop them.
They got to draft them.
They got two pitchers in the minors right now that are top 100 prospects, but that's the A's way because not a lot of free agents are it's kind of like the Kings. Yeah, they're not going to want to come here. You get a guy like Severino, great, but they're going to have to develop him. At least now they look at the roster is like, okay, we know what we need to develop now because we're pretty well set, hopefully, at some of the other positions.
And Severino, he knew what he was doing when he came here. Okay. What did the Mets offer him? A 1 year, $12.5 million deal? Bro, I'm going to Sacramento. Okay, they got $60 million plus waiting on the table for me.
Remember how much he loved it when he had his press conference?
Yeah, I was there. I was at his press conference too. It's like, man, he was ready to go. I like the club. I went to the clubhouse. I liked it. He liked the clubhouse there. He liked the clubhouse there. I met everyone. That deep Dominican accent and stuff. and he's a funny guy, but they're pitching that. I know every day they wake up. What are we going to do about this? Because their pitching has been like hit or miss. I know they got Mason Miller, out there, but he,
Would you trade him? According to reports, they're more open to it than
if I can get some more pitching here.
Yeah.
And I like him. He throw flame. He's up in that 105, 106 mile per hour fastball range and stuff like that. We'll see. It's interesting we talking about Mason Miller because it was a funny thing. Like the second series, early in the series, we were there, and it was the ninth inning, and the A's were winning. And it was with Jay Gayton over there, CBS 13, and Sean Cunningham when he was over the other station. Now, he's with KCRA. They turn off the lights. The video board lights up with fire. And I'm like, what's that song about Nickelback? A song about Nickelback, it's a rock song come out like that. Something's about to happen. Because these two dudes pulling out their cell phones. I don't know what's going on. Next thing you know, Mason Miller come trotting out on the field, and he threw smoke that day. I would consider using him as trade bait, to tell you the truth, if I can get any more pitchers out of it. Though. Yeah, I know it's all type of talks is going on about here. Now they talking about converting him into a starter.
Yes.
I believe he could be serviceable there and things, but I think that if they could do anything with him, and bring in about 2 extra pitchers out of converting him in a trade, they'll be okay. But their pitching is sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's not.
Yeah. Tony Ray Harvey joined us. So you're out at the ballpark every night when they're home. The narrative going in, oh man, the Sacramento heat and everything, and I've been out there and it's been hot. Yes. What's the fan experience like though out there? Keep it real, Tony Ray. They're not going to revoke the credential or nothing like that, big fella. You say,
I'm going to give a shout out to one of the security guys out there, Blake, in the media parking area. Real cool dude. A lot of the personnel. Some of them work for the Kings. They work at G1 great people. And I have met some great fans too. But I also have met a lot of fans from other places who support opposing teams, which kind of make the experience a little off, right. But then you still have those athletic fans there. I enjoy it, and I think the ones who go there, they enjoy it as well. It's a AAA park. Understand that. I call it our beloved AAA park, but I think as far as the fan experience for what it is right now, it's pretty decent. It ain't the best. It's not the best. I mean, this is the situation.
Not Major League.
It's not Major League. Yeah. I mean, of course, they didn't have some calls. There's been a couple calls that Kotze has been critical of. I think it was that left field foul pole.
Yeah. High enough.
And it would just happened the other day. What's the name? Schneider.
Yeah, the Blue Jays.
For the Blue Jays, he got ejected because he thought one of his players, I think it was the other Davis Snyder, looked like he hit a home run. The manager had to go out there and address that, and he had it. Got a little animated, so he got bumped out of there. But the fan experience is cool. I really enjoy it. Of course, I'm going there tonight, to watch the last game of this series. I'll be glad when Seattle is up out of here. I think they got some social disconnection there, but which I won't go into. Ooh. But I do enjoy going there and watching the game and meeting a lot of the people there, whether they work there or they're fans and in the opposing teams, meeting with them. That experience is like I said, it's decent.
I got to say, I've been to a couple games early in the year, and I don't mean to speak for Jay. Jay may feel the same way. You're out there covering the game, and I don't have any issue with anybody going and doing whatever they want to do. I still have a problem. I was watching last night thinking I should go out there. I don't necessarily want to support, some of the things going on. But watching the game on TV last night, when you had the pink clouds, it was beautiful. Man, I told my wife, I said, look at that. It was gorgeous out there last night.
I know around the 4th of July when they were shooting off fireworks and things like that, man, it was a beautiful setting. But you are right, man. I think we got one of the most glamorous backgrounds, MLB or AAA, right here in Sacramento. But it was beautiful last night. And I've seen a lot of different beautiful settings, in different games, at different times of the nights and different innings and things like that. And I just love being out there. It hasn't been really extremely hot too.
I know.
That's one thing that's been
Fingers
saving
crossed.
us too, right? And that's a good thing too. I think a couple games, one started at the first pitch came out at 90 degrees, maybe another one recently 88 degrees, but it's been a lot less under there, about 7/8 inning. It could be.
Haven't had those 3 or 4 games in a row where it's 100.
No, thank goodness. I know they're coming though, but it's like and then towards the end of the night, it could be 65 degrees. By the time of the ninth inning, it's beautiful. I just love it out there. That's another reason I go out there and relax.
Great baseball town.
Great, man. And this is what I was saying about those jerseys too, because I would get a Nick Kurtz jersey. I would buy a Jacob Wilson jersey. I would buy a Lawrence Butler jersey, but they don't say Sacramento across them.
I know.
And that I'm not doing that.
There you go.
Jay, you know what I'm talking about, Jay.
Yep.
Okay, I'm kind of like following your suit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The city can't take ownership or something like that, to be involved.
They make it harder for us to support.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's happening here right now. Though.
Yeah.
But man, if they had Sacramento, branded across the jerseys, it would be about 14, 15,000. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I'm telling you, I would purchase these, because I am a Nick Kurtz fan. I know when he first started, when they first brought him up here, while we're talking about it, he was getting behind on his counts. Okay. So he hit a single. He'll strike out or he'll ground out. But it's somewhere down the line, Nick Kurtz, he started Stop looking, like I said, I'm a catcher. You stop looking for that one pitch and you start seeing 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of them that he can handle.
You can see it in his face. He knows, like, I got this.
He knows what's coming down the pipe. So I know I keep talking about it, but he's just really what's happening right now. And he's really probably competing for Rookie of the Year.
We'll get back to the Kings here when we come back with
Yes,
Tony
sir.
Ray Harvey, Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
He digs, he turns, he dives. It is a touchdown. It is a touchdown.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Uncorks a deep ball downfield into the end zone. A crowd is there, and it is caught. Touchdown. Miraculous.
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tomorrow night starting at 5, right here on Sacktown Sports.
Everybody knows that Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the spot to get yourself a brand new car. That's why people are coming from all over. Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville. But they also have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles. All makes and models, every one of them top quality, hand-selected by General Manager Chuck Dean. Over 70 vehicles below $30,000, over 25 below $20,000. You can see that full lineup at sacksuperstore.com. And if you find a lower price somewhere else, they'll match it. And on top of that, the best car buying experience anywhere. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
For 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton and Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local, but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton and Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton and Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
How far do you hit your 7-iron? The answers will tell you which tees to play, according to Josh Sens in Golf Magazine. Deep down, you know you shouldn't be playing from the tips, but it's common for golfers to play from too far back. Aside from higher scores, rounds become a grind and golf becomes much less fun. After several years of research, the USGA unveiled a new data-driven offering to find the proper tees called Best Tees. If you know how far you hit your 7-iron, Best Tees will tell you which tee boxes to play. A typical male golfer should be playing from 6,100 yards and a typical female golfer from 4,400 yards. Most players have a good idea of their 7-iron distance, with average male's distance of 138 yards and average females of 100 yards. Throw out the occasional perfect shot, which travels more than those distances, and concentrate on your average. This will allow you to reach the vicinity of most greens in regulation and let you hit a variety of clubs on approach shots. Leave your ego at home and give it a chance. You'll have more fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Tommy Natola lives on the road.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, Tony Ray Harvey is with us. By the way, 4:30, Vic Tafer is going to join us with a look at the 49ers and what's going on with the Giants today. Giants just completed, got to mention this because the Giants just lost to the Pirates 2-1 in 10. They came home and they lost 6 in a row. It's one thing to get swept by the Mets, then the Pirates came in and swept them. With the deadline coming up, Giants last night, Ramos didn't know the infield fly rule. Whew, just looks bad right now. Drapes, Tony Ray Harvey for the Giants right now, they look lost.
They look,
I
rudderless.
mean, look at Logan.
Look at
Webb up there.
Pitched a nice, how many?
11 strikeouts, 109 pitches, man.
Nothing to show
going
for.
Fire today, and you lose 2-1. I'll be
to the Pirates.
To the Pirates. To the Pirates. And baseball has been really fun this season. To tell you the truth, you look around the league and things like that. I know, my Cubs been doing well, but they better pick it up too because it's really tight out there.
I got to ask you. Mention the Cubs. I meant to ask you this earlier, and I hope you don't mind. I don't mean to bring the show down, but we just lost Ryan Sandberg. What did that mean to you?
Yes. I was talking about that as well too because Ryan played with Sean Dunston, Lee Smith,
Andre Dawson.
Kukoc was at the right. Andre Dawson, the Hawk, and things like. And I'm still playing baseball for some of these years and things like that. So it's like, man. But we're here today. We're gone tomorrow, and all my prayers go out to his family and the Cubs community. But that is, that leaves a hole in your heart because he's one of the best second basemen I ever seen. To tell you the truth, it was always a pleasure just to see him do his wizardry. On defense.
Yes. Unfortunately, it's rare now with players being able to move from team to team, and bless them for that. They're making their money, but it's rare that you have a guy like Ryan Sandberg who is synonymous with one team, as he is.
I mean, he's probably when I'm equal them both out, with Ernie Banks and Ryan, but he's just
Mr. Cub.
Yeah. Big names there, and he was really good to the community too.
Yeah,
as well. And he wasn't, of course, he wasn't from the Chicagoland or anything like that. From the East Coast, Washington or something.
Yeah, he's from actually Spokane.
Spokane,
Yeah.
Spokane is, but he was really great with the community, and I think that was part of his longevity, of being there and wearing that uniform for that long. Just a really great person.
Yeah,
really great person. And from understanding, a really great teammate.
Yeah. Were you a Cubs or White Sox fan?
We were White Sox. Man. Sox. I don't want to hear that.
I just try to know, man. I just asking.
White Sox. North side, bro.
Okay.
North side.
Okay. They been to that rate field lately?
Comiskey Park. Who's Ray Field? Comiskey Park, Jay.
I told you, man.
Comiskey Park, man.
Jay was out there, right?
The person looked at me and said, "What in the hell is Ray Field?"
What'd she say? We don't call it that.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get to, and I'm trying to be PC. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get to Ray Field." And she literally, like, if we could have silence, it was silence. She looked at me in my eyes.
What the hell you talking about?
Excuse me?
Where the hell you from?
Yeah, she said, "Excuse me," and I said, "I'm trying to get to Comiskey Park." And she kind of looked at me, and I said, "Where the White Sox play?" And so I know I'm going south. I just need to know where I'm going. And she's like, "Oh, just jump on the blue line." And she said, "Word of advice, don't ever call that Ray Field."
Damn.
I said, "Damn, like that?" She was like, "Yeah, just because the stop is called 35th and White Sox
35th
is the actual name of the stop if you get off the L." So she was like, "Just call it 35th and 35th and or White Sox ballpark." And I was like, "All right, y'all don't even call it Comiskey?" She was like, "Yeah, some of the OGs do, but just call it White Sox ballpark." I said, "Okay."
Actually, the old Comiskey Park, because the new one was old now. It's been around about 35 years.
Right.
That was the first baseball game I ever went to in my life.
Oh, really?
Was at the old Comiskey.
Dick Allen?
Yeah, man. I was too young to remember it, and it was like the smell. I can almost still smell the smell, on the south side and stuff. But we really had a good time because, it's now called the Boys and Girls Club. It was the Boys Club at the time, and they used to get really good tickets, to allow us to go on these type of field trips. So, of course, I got to see the Cubs later on, and then there was another team that I hated, but I went because if I didn't go, there wouldn't have been anybody to play with, and that was the St. Louis Cardinals. The first game, I'm just bringing this up here. The first game that I see in Busch Stadium with the Cardinals, I forget who they were playing. Lou Brock was playing. He got ejected.
No.
It was probably like 2 or 3 pitches in, and he got ejected. So that was my first time seeing him play.
He was my favorite player.
Yeah,
Lou Brock was?
I'm not even sure why, but he was.
You know who
my
my
dad was
favorite?
a Cardinal fan. Your favorite would be got to be a Cub, right?
I'm an Ernie Banks fan. I'm an Andre Dawson. I'm an Andre Dawson fan. I'm a Ryan.
Okay.
But overall, Pete Rose.
What? Really?
Pete Rose. I used to try to play like Pete Rose, man. I'm serious. I don't know. I mean, and my grandfather, he loved Cincinnati.
Did you bet on
Reds,
the
man.
games when you were in Little League?
No.
Right. Following in his footsteps. Huh?
And that's a big thing today with gambling. He goes, Pete
Yeah.
Rose. I used to out there diving.
Wow.
I know he played third base. I was catching, and I played mostly in the outfield. I played third base if the coach was.
He played outfield.
desperate.
He played second base.
Everything.
He played.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. But
Yeah.
I just love the way he played, man. He was just hard. He brought his lunch pail every game. I don't know what it was. I just was a big fan of him overall.
He
Even though
also
I
seemed
still
like
had a
he
love.
was having a lot of fun.
Yeah, he was. Even though I have a lot of love for the Cubs, it was just something about his style.
Yeah, I
of
wouldn't
play.
have guessed. I would have guessed you would have
Man,
been. I don't know, Fergie Jenkins or somebody. I don't know.
Okay, Pete Rose. May you rest in peace.
Yeah. Speaking of Chicago, what do you think of the fit here going forward with the Kings and the 2 Bulls, DeMar and Zach LaVine?
Hold on. Before it bothers me that people call it Chicago West or the Sacramento Bulls. How you feel about that?
I don't like that either. I don't like that either. But now they got another connection in there too, because B.J. Armstrong was on.
Oh,
right?
B.J. Armstrong,
right?
Too.
Yeah, even though he's not playing.
Gonna get
anymore.
Vucevic?
Yeah, he might get bought out. He might be a free agent out there.
It keep going in that direction, Kevin. It will be Chicago West. But no, it's the Sacramento Kings, through and through with me. But I don't like that name, Drapers. But
can those two work? You think?
Another great question. I just thought that if they had a point guard, maybe things could be managed a little bit well between what they're trying to do, because Zach did look a little confused, not confused, but frustrated at times out there in the court. He wasn't taking many shots, and that's because he couldn't get to the area to get the basketball the way he want to and stuff. But I think with Shooter in there, it could be a little bit more manageable where they can work together. Because what people don't understand about that Chicago Bulls team, all right, Lonzo Ball got hurt.
Yep.
And that changed everything, because they were playing well up until that point. And that changed everything with them, okay? Because he was the point guard. He was the table setter for them.
I asked DeMar about that once when he and Zach were both up there. Like, do you guys have something to prove? You've both proved a lot individually, but the two of you together, and I think he brought up, like, people don't realize what you just said. Like, we were in Chicago. Things were going well when we had
at the
Lonzo.
time. So let's just see what, with Dennis Schroeder, in the fold, that things
Dennis Schroeder's no Lonzo.
No,
a point guard, and I know he's a good player,
but he's not really maybe you guys have an opinion. He doesn't seem like he's a shoot first point guard to me. He'll take that shot.
Schroeder?
Dennis will take that shot.
I hate that narrative about him. That he's a shoot first point guard.
No, I don't. I
don't see that.
I think him, trying to work everybody in the system and get get everybody in the flow. That's going to be his job, and that's why Scott Perry brought him in here. And I'll say it again, if he can manage that well between the two, DeRozan and Levine, there should be some success there.
Yeah, one of the things that's interesting to me when you talk to players or hear them talking to media members, it's DeMar said this when he was on a podcast. Zach LaVine said this when he was talking to, might have been Monty Poole up at Edgewood, and they talk about how tough last year was, and they try to couch it, like, well, you got to be professional, but it's clear. Every King that talks about last year talks about it. It was really hard and it was really confusing.
It was.
It
was. They went through so many changes.
Yes.
Things like that. And that's hard. I mean, you got people traded in, people being moved around. Some people who thought they had a bigger role on the team, they started losing time, and it was just a big mess.
But a lot of turmoil and uncertainty.
Hey.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back with a look at the new King who just wants a chance to play. Will he get it? That's next with the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
20, 15, 10, 5, diving. Is he in? He is.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Down the middle. It's caught over the shoulder in the end zone. Touchdown, Smith. And that may make it insurmountable. Wow.
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tomorrow night starting at 5, right here on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, it's Alan Stiles. Have an injury? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, an injury law firm, has many happy clients in Sacramento and the surrounding areas who have called downtown. Get paid for your injuries from slip and falls or auto accidents. One of their most recent settlements was $1.5 million for a motorcycle accident. Have you had an auto accident? Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. And visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, by his standards, Lawrence Butler isn't having the kind of season he expected, but still, Lawrence is just 25, and he's only played the equivalent of 2.5 seasons in the minor leagues. And now he's on a pace to become the first Athletic since Coco Crisp back in 2013 to go 20-20, 20 homers and 20 stolen bases.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I thought I'd book a trip to Italy to celebrate retiring.
We didn't speak Italian.
We didn't then. We do now. Because of Babbel.
Babbel is the refreshingly easy-to-use app for learning a new language. Babbel uses immersive lessons to teach you vocabulary and grammar in a way that sticks. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
So we just never know, player.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
I'm paranoid, I can't sleep. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Tony Ray Harvey is with us, the legend, the Sacramento media legend. By the way, speaking of media legends, Vic Tafer is going to join us bottom of this hour to talk about the 49ers. But Tony's with us for a little while longer, which we appreciate, Tone. We've been talking a lot of baseball because you're out there at the yard every night, and the A's are back home tonight against those Seattle Mariners. There's a lot of Mariner fans out there.
Yes, Kevin. The first game, Monday, it was probably just over 9,000 in attendance, but it felt like it was like 6,000 Seattle Mariner fans.
Really?
And last night it was pretty loud too. I think it was just under 9,000, 8,000.
See, I was out there when San Diego was there, and they had a lot of Padre fans. And I know when the Mets were there and the Giants were there, they had a lot of their fans. I didn't know they had that many Seattle Mariner fans.
I didn't either. I'm like, what are y'all flying from the Northwest? Come down here to check? That's the same thing that I was thinking.
Not a big
like,
Dover fans.
Where y'all coming from, man? Okay, because I'd have met some people coming from Reno, Modesto, Fresno to see games up here.
Yeah,
the opposing team.
Yeah.
So why not? If they must have came down from the Northwest, man. Because
I guess
the Seattle, man. I don't even. This is their second series here. I don't even know if it was like that doing the first series, but this one, man, they showed up and they showing out too. One more game tonight. Of course, it's 1-1, so it'll be pretty interesting.
The rubber game.
It's the rubber game.
Yeah. So let's face it, the A's, the way they finished last year, the second half of the year, there were thoughts that maybe this year, maybe they could compete for a wild card spot. And they had that terrible stretch. I think all of the issues they've had as human beings dealing with the conditions, I have to think that's had something to do with them underperforming this year, but also it's a young team, and it's going to take them a while to find their footing, especially when you have as many pitching issues as they do. It's hard to be consistent.
From May 14 to June 4th, they lost 20 of 21 games. Remember that? Okay.
Yeah.
Because they had started off, they were like 22-20. So a couple games over 500.
Had their heads above water. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, right now, since that losing streak, they've been playing 500 ball to be exact. But if they hadn't had that bad stretch, we would be talking about something here different. And I think it would be something glorious,
right?
A lot more positive, because that was a tough stretch. And I think, Luis Severino,
he may allow us 5 or 6 games, during that streak.
Mm-hmm.
So, he wasn't happy about that, give or take 1 or 2 days. But if it wasn't for that losing streak, during that time, we'll be talking about something totally different.
Yeah. I know we just got a text from, who was it, Jay? Having some issues with my board here. Somebody said they had more
UPS
fun.
Chris?
UPS Chris. Today's had more fun at an A's game here than he used to have at the games in Oakland.
It's good to hear.
Yeah.
UPS Chris, I've been over 30 A's games in Oakland. Went last night and by far had way more fun than any of the games in the town.
That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of people out there, feel the same way to it. I know Jace just said, you don't know if he's going to get out there or not. I understand the situation.
Jay ain't been there yet.
I understand the situation, with the owner. Drapes, you and your family has been out there.
Yep.
Kevin, maybe you'll go out there, but I mean, it just is what it is. They just broke ground in Vegas, so they're looking forward to that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's all they've done. They've just been building sandcastles since then.
I heard on this show that they rented trucks for their groundbreaker. You said that.
Yes.
Did they do
reported,
that?
Yeah. And apparently that's, I think somebody with the city or with the team. I think it was somebody with Las Vegas said, oh, well, that's done. But I believe it's confirmed that some of the trucks that were there for the groundbreaking for the photos, they rented them to come out because I don't think they can do anything yet. I don't think they have the funding to actually do much.
I've been hearing a lot about that too.
Yeah,
they got to have funding to do something.
Well,
they can move some dirt and have real trucks, right? God,
that don't sound like no ground.
$20,000 funding. That
don't sound like no groundbreaker to me. If you bringing in rented trucks and things like that, I mean, something don't seem stable there. And I know Fisher is selling the soccer team and his value, $600 million, and I mean that. There's some there. Okay. And
right.
I've been hearing about, these financial trouble. I don't know where this is going. I listened to Booney on the A's Locked On Kings and stuff. He says it's okay. He said the guy's not having any financial problem. And he was breaking it down, about working with the banks and, and borrow money and all these things. Oh, okay. That's, he's pretty excited about it. But I've been hearing a whole bunch of things that they could be here a lot longer too.
Yeah,
here in Sacramento.
Really?
It could come down to that, man. But I mean, that's not a groundbreak. I mean, just rented trucks, and then they did it on the table, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're supposed to go out there right there on the
actual ground,
right there on the ground,
moving dirt around.
It was a sandbox, a kid's sandbox, basically.
Right.
One of those.
Drawing little happy faces in the dirt is not a ground.
When they do a 30 for 30 on this, it's not gonna be in a good light, man.
Let me ask you this though, because I'm reading an article in the Las Vegas Sun that just came out a couple days ago. They sent a reporter up here to get the vibe here in Sacramento. One of the things that bothered me when I went was the Oakland chants, the sell the team chants. What's your take and what's your thought on that? Even though it's in West Sac. Like from a player standpoint, I feel like it would suck.
Yeah.
Because now you're caught up. You're constantly reminded. Pat McAfee during the home run competition. He plays in a minor league ballpark, but he's a major league. Like, I feel like, all right, enough is enough. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Every once in a while I hear that chant. I would rather hear Sacramento, but
right.
I also understand.
I don't mind the chant. I like the chant.
He likes the chant.
I grew up going to A's games in Oakland.
That's what I'm getting to. I understand the tradition. Okay, you're just not going to change things overnight, with some of these fans here who are valuable fans, who used to go there to the Coliseum and watch those games. They're trying to hold on to something. I understand that. Of course, I want to hear the Sacramento thing.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is. Some people are not going to let the spirit of the Oakland A's athletics go away.
Yeah.
Including you, Kevin. So, all due respect, but can we hear Sacramento?
Right.
If they would call, if they would call themselves that, then maybe I'd call them.
And I would buy jerseys and caps and all that stuff.
Well, somebody said it might have been on the YouTube chat. They said he tried to start a Sacramento chant out there yesterday, I think it was. And it fell flat.
Yeah. They'll just tell you, you know, the level of interest, you know, what's going on.
Yeah. Like you said, I think, did you say it is what it is? But it's just weird.
It
it's
is
just weird in a number of ways, any which way for the
I mean,
fans,
you know,
the league.
Somebody like me, you come up out of 1060 West Addison, Wrigleyville, and you got restaurants and shops, and everybody's hollering Cubs and Fly the W and all that stuff. You know, this is tradition. You know,
you're not a Cubs fan. You're a White Sox fan. Posing as a
trying to
Cubs.
give me, you try to, man. I hope ain't nobody back Midwest listening. You know, but I'm just saying, you know, as far as tradition, those things really matter and stuff. Of course, we want to.
Did you guys know this? Sorry to cut you off, Tony Ray. I just was reading that Las Vegas Sun article. They have a ballpark cam for Las Vegas, like to view the construction.
Yeah,
they have a camera. Did you? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think
is this
operating. I think I saw that on Instagram. Too.
Yeah,
is this
just like 2 mounds of dirt?
Yeah.
They don't actually do anything.
So it's not live. It's just been. That's how it's been. It's just sitting there.
It's just sitting.
Damn. They need to pull that camera then. This isn't helping them out, right?
What about some rented trucks? Are they still there?
That's an unforced error, right?
Damn.
Don't have that camera if it's going to be
not going to be,
kind of embarrassing or
Wow.
awkward.
Because when you're breaking ground, you're supposed to start construction. I mean, they're supposed to be coming in there with all, you know, the equipment and the materials and start, you know, get this thing together. I think what's going to cost $2 billion.
Is that the shot that you've been seeing the
2
last
mounds of dirt
month or whatever?
2 mounds of dirt.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Boy, the A's will be moved in there in no time.
That's messed up, man. Come on, A's. You got to do better than that.
Well, but it's just they had to do the groundbreaking by a certain date to continue getting the funding.
That's why
on schedule.
Yeah. Was that June 23rd?
I don't know the exact.
I think it was June 23rd.
It's one of those things like we broke ground, so you see the funding continues, even though we're not doing anything. That's kind of the way the A's have been doing all this. Yeah. So anyway, you mentioned Sacramento. Drapes sent me this. Thank you, Drapes. An update on the newest King, or one of the newest Kings, Dario Saric. Dario Saric. We've been wondering, can he play? Can this guy play? Looks like he wants to play, huh? He's hoping to play.
Yeah, he said, in a recent article, man, you threw me under the bus, so I got to scramble and get it out. I got to get here, man. Eurohoops.net. I hope to get minutes at the 4 and 5 positions, but you never know for sure. I thought I was going to play in Denver, too. Looks like he met with some reporters overseas. So it sounds like he wants to.
How about that?
He's ready to play and wants to play.
Yeah.
Sounds encouraging to me. I mean, I wouldn't. I know, you know, it's here or there with him. Some people say he's not going to play here, but I wouldn't mind him playing.
I would like to at least see him try.
Yes.
I know he hasn't been quite the same since I've said a million
When he
times
got hurt,
since he tore up his knee in the finals against the Bucks, but he was a good player.
Yeah.
And if you don't have Trey Lance here, you might need Dario Saric.
He had a couple good games against Sacramento, you know. So hey, he want to continue playing.
He says
if he you know willing to do that here, I'm pretty sure that, you know, they can make that happen, but we don't know because his name keep coming up in these trade
rooms.
Trade talks too as well stuff. But I wouldn't mind him being in a uniform here.
I'm determined to give it my all, he says. I am highly motivated for this next season.
And then he's going to be a free agent, right?
Yeah, trying to get paid.
Yeah, so that's good. I
Trying
mean, I
to
love
get
that.
paid.
Motivated player? Yeah,
Right,
I'll take that.
Look for a payday. Those guys, you know, they working for a contract. They sometimes worked out.
Yeah.
You know?
I know you guys talked about this a little bit ago because Drapes asked you, but when it comes to this upcoming season and expectations for the Kings, we know that there still may be some moves. I don't know what to expect. I don't know even what they're trying to do necessarily. It's confusing.
I don't know what they're trying to do either. I mean, it's really, I think about it all the time. What's going to be that next move or the next two moves and things like that? Nothing has developed. Nobody can see it. Okay. But I know we talk about Kaminga every day. That's the top story right now. It really is a good narrative. But what else, you know, what they're going to do? They, you know, Keegan got a contract coming up.
That's right. You got Keon that maybe
you just mentioned it, you know, with Trey Lyles situation, and we're not really solidified in that reserve role that he had. I don't know. Okay. Because where we at? Let's just say we're August. At the end of September, training camp starts.
Right.
So what's going to happen in these next 8 weeks, I don't know. But it is confusing though.
Yes, in all fairness, maybe they're not sure either because it's going to depend on what happens with Kuminga. You bring in Kuminga, that changes everything,
Right.
and then DeMar probably got to figure something out there. So,
Right.
what are you guys doing? Well, we don't know yet, right? Because things could change drastically if they get Kuminga.
And they definitely in hot pursuit of Kaminga, it seems like too. Though. But that's about it. You know, you still got to shore up, some other areas.
What about Russ? What about bringing in Russ?
I don't mind that either.
I don't get
but
it. I
I don't mind that either. But the issue there is you already got a whole bunch of guards, so you know you're gonna have to move some people. You know, I said there's not gonna be 15, 20 minutes apiece for reserve players out there. Okay, and you got like 11, 12, 14 guards. Yeah, and they all gonna want to play.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all gonna want to play. Now you just signed this swingman here, Dacoin.
Plowden. Yeah,
Plowden.
It's my guy and it's his guy.
He's my guy too. I like watching him. Summer league, he came in, hit some big timely baskets at times, so that's what he does. Okay, so but man, it's really frustrating at that point though. But practice patience, as Scott Perry said. The fans don't like that, but that's just where we are. We got to find something out. And I hope we find out next 8 weeks, fellas.
You believe Nick Clifford and Max going to get some meaningful minutes?
I do believe that they're going to see some significant time there. I'm not saying that, it's going to be, the 25 on up range, something like that, but 15 to 20 minutes, I think they're capable of doing that. I know Maxim, he's really looking forward to play with Domas. It would be a great mentor for him. Neek, he can play all type of positions. I know they're going to try him a little bit at the point guard, but right now, he's just standing at that shooting guard and maybe a little bit of small forward. So I think that's going to get him more out on the floor. But I think one of the defining factors for them is their defense. If they're playing some really good defense, they're going to keep those guys. They're going to give those guys much time as they can.
Is that the reason why the big guy from Stanford lasted as long as he did because of issues?
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah,
that's what I was hearing, stuff like that. But man, he averaged 20 and 10 though. Man, it's kind of hard to overlook. But hey, I don't even really look at him as a second rounder though. He still, to me, is a first rounder. But I think he'll develop well. He's learned that. I mean, listen to him. He's Einstein almost.
I know. Yeah,
he's extremely intelligent.
Right.
Both of them are. It's like, and he's a Frenchman and he speaks English better than I do.
Would you guys agree? To me, the way I'm seeing it, Neek right now is further along than Max.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. And obviously they have time. Maxime right now has time to catch up.
Without a doubt, though.
Yeah.
But I do think that Max is going to see a little bit of time back there because of some of the things that he does. Especially with his outside shooting.
Yeah,
is going to be there and stuff. Now I noticed in that championship game, he was really working hard to pull down some rebounds. I know he probably didn't get over 9 or 10 rebounds in any of those games, though. But you see, he's working hard to try to get there and get those scores.
How about Isaac Jones? He turned into a monster.
Wow!
Yeah.
I know Summer League's like, whoa.
You said it though. You guys know I listen to y'all show a lot, as well as Style, Ledbetter, and what they're doing. Isaac was an MVP. He played MVP basketball out there in that league. Okay, he was the go-to guy when they needed a basket. Hey, get the ball to him. Okay, I am really impressed the way he has developed over these last couple of years, and he's going to get some time out on the floor. At least he should. I know it's a question about his shooting, perimeter shooting. If he get that down pat, he's going to be a pretty decent player in the association, though.
To me, it looks, and we saw him a little bit in Stockton. It looks pretty good. I know it doesn't go in as much as it needs to, but you can tell he's been working on it.
Yes, he has. Yeah. Yes, he hit a big shot in that championship game, a three that they needed. Yes, okay, that's confidence.
Yeah,
that's all basically all he needs and stuff. But man, salute to you, man. You've been working on your game. You made it serious. I know you came a long way. Basketball wasn't really in your plan, but you're making it happen now. Isaac Jones.
Is it time to give the young guys some run, like Isaac, like Devin? There's this narrative that maybe we should tank and play the younger guys coming out of summer league. You got people tweeting, a team of Keon, Devin Carter, Isaac, and, right. It's like, I would love to see that. The young guys just play.
I would love to see it too, but I don't think that's the direction that they're going. But they do have a core of players they want to just break it down and start all over with them, but I don't see that happening right now. Vivek is trying to put people in them seats, man. He's trying to make some money. That's the bottom line.
I wonder if the Kings are going to approach this year like some baseball teams are approaching this season. Giants are maybe one of those teams. Arizona definitely is. They just a couple of years ago went to the World Series. So this year they were all in. They got Josh Naylor, but they had some injuries, I think, and they started playing poorly. And right now they've started selling off pieces. They've pretty much said, that's not for us this year. We're not going to go for it this year. Let's get some pieces to help us for the future. I wonder if the Kings are looking at it that way too. Like, start the season, see how many games we can win. Right. Maybe we get really hot. And then if you're not and you're at the break and the trade deadline and it's like, it's just not happening, maybe that's when you start spinning off some pieces.
I was thinking about those first 20 games and see what you got on paper and on the floor. And just take it from there.
Yeah, and maybe everything comes together and it's like we're 30-5. This is great.
Yes,
but if
you
not,
keep it going. Right. But if not, then you have to make some decisions. As far as breaking it down and going another direction. And then definitely you have to develop those younger players. You just can't let them just sit there. They need to get out on that floor and play. But I was thinking about the same thing too. We'll see about 20-25 games in.
Yeah,
what direction they're going.
We need it to start, Trey.
I know. Why are we so far away, bro? Hey, the schedule should be coming out in what? 2-3 weeks?
Yes,
soon, 2 weeks. So they need that, man. Then we got something to talk about. Get excited.
Right now, it's pretty much of a stretch, huh?
Yeah. We got this Kaminga.
It's a good narrative, but that's the only thing that's floating. Yes, but it's the only thing that's floating right now. But I know some people just sitting around waiting around to see what's going to happen with the Kings. Some people, call themselves reporters and things, but this is just the way it is around here. So.
Just the way it is.
I do think once Kaminga is resolved one way or the other, then the next thing for the Kings, the next chapter will be how are you going to get rid of some of the guards? Whoever
that usually would happen too.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. We don't know what they're doing. We confused and frustrated, but it seemed like that's what's going to take place too. Once they find out, can define what Kaminga in this camp is going to do and stuff.
Oh, we got some nice comments on you. Somebody says this guy should have his own show.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, thanks.
Man.
Somebody said they can confirm what you said about Kaminga not being happy in Golden State. They said they can confirm your report. So appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
So Compio says
my sources.
I'm really enjoying the conversation.
Silva.
With Mr. Harvey. He shows a great interest in the Kings, unlike the Laker fan from yesterday, Imran. So
I heard that, man. Imran, you okay, man? But the Robert Horry thing,
like, what is he doing, man?
Come out and cover that.
I'm not messing with Robert Horry. I'm just, I was there, man. Jeez, man. Oh boy, but Emerald, don't you good, but man.
All right,
thank you,
Tone.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
all right, big dog.
Everybody.
And by the way, I noticed you have at least once, Drapes Night was the Scott Perry interview. And you went out of your way on social media to say you reposted it, said nice things about it.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
Man, I love y'all show, man. I really do. It's really insightful. You guys talk about a variety of different things, and I just want to be glued into it. Now, y'all know I'm running down to State Capitol at the same time, but every time I get a chance, whether it's my phone or the radio or the television, I'm right there with you.
Appreciate
that, man.
Vic Tafer joining us next from The Athletic on the 49ers coming up.
Peace.
10-5, diving, is he in? He is!
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Down the middle, it's caught over the shoulder in the end zone. Touchdown, Smith! And that may make it insurmountable! Wow.
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tomorrow night starting at 5, right here on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia. I got a tour of their headquarters. I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on a Napoleon stainless steel Pro Grill. Become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon stainless steel grills, simply the best.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Big year. I'm starting middle school.
Welcome to the jungle, Missy.
Best part? My parents promised me a new laptop.
Perfect for homework, essays, and drudgery.
So we went to Staples. They had all the latest tech, and laptops were up to 40% off.
Woo! Another back-to-school budget saved by Staples Easy Button.
Mom high-fived the cashier. So embarrassing.
Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Intake 23 of select models only.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, but one thing's for sure. You need a PC you can rely on. Whether it's for school, gaming, or whatever your next chapter holds, Lenovo.com has the tech to help you succeed. Shop PCs right now at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale, where students can save more when they sign up for a Lenovo education account. Free shipping, easy returns, flexible financing. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A+ Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Traves, what do you enjoy talking about more on the show? Jonathan Kuminga stuff or the 49ers? You being the big Eagles fan.
Probably 49ers.
Really?
Just because my team, is ahead of them in every preseason ranking. We're the Super Bowl champs, so it's more fun.
Yeah.
I actually
it's all
enjoy
even.
it.
Once the season starts, everybody
is that what it is?
Everybody even.
I was thinking, man, 6-11. That's like New York Giants-esque. Like, they were among the dregs of the NFC last season.
Yeah.
Okay.
6-11. Ain't going to get
That's
it done.
pretty bad.
It's not going to happen again.
That's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. As you point out, they got 8 high school teams on the schedule
right.
this year.
They got about 10 guaranteed wins already.
Yeah.
You know, so.
We're hoping to catch up with
our boy Vic
Tafer here, covering the 49ers. Awfully busy, of course, covering practices and things. You know what? According to reporting of the likes of Vic Tafer and Matt Barrows, Mac Jones has been looking good at practice.
Quarterback controversy?
No, I don't think so. Let's find out. Here he is from the from the Athletic 49er insider, Vic Tafer. How are you today, Vic? Do we have Vic? Get Vic. Hello, Vic. Vic Tafer should be joining us.
Line 1.
Yes.
Vic, line 1.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Vic.
All right,
you
Vic.
okay? Sorry about that. We had some issues on our end. You okay?
I'm doing good, man. How you guys doing?
Good. Sorry about that. Thank you for your time. We know you're busy. I just mentioned that according to your reporting and the reporting of Matt Barrows, Mac Jones is looking good. And, of course, the Eagle fan over here, Kyle Draper, says, quarterback controversy, trying to stir up trouble. Tell us how Mac Jones has looked for what that's worth, please.
Well, that would be a hot story. You pay a guy $250 million and he gets beat up by Mac Jones. That'd be something big. No, I think he looks fine. I mean, I'm not, to me, training camp is not really going to tell me a lot about a quarterback as far as, but he's a guy who's obviously an experienced guy. He knows what it takes, and he's doing a good job of learning the offense. So I think he's been sharp. I think that's kind of a good thing. A good backup is always good to have.
Vic Tafer joining us. Vic, looking at some of the camp notes from you and Matt, I know it's not a sexy topic, but is there really a kicker competition going on right now?
Oh, it's hot, man. It's a hot battle. When the ladies start going at it, the other reporters start charting the kicks. They write down the distances. They everyone, all eyes are on the two kickers, which for me, it's July, but I think it definitely will go down to the end. I think both these guys look good so far. Moody made some adjustments to his technique, and really, in my mind, he was good last year, and he got hurt, and he was not good. But to me, that's a pretty valid excuse if you're a kicker and you get hurt. I don't know why fans hate the guy so much, but they brought in Greg Joseph, who's going to give him a good run for his money.
I think Matt Barrows suggested that it might come down to how they kick in the preseason. Would you concur with that?
Ooh.
I do think it's good. I think they want someone to push Moody. I think Joseph definitely is a guy been around for a long time, and looks like he's doing a good job in practice so far in training camp. So, yeah, I think whoever kicks the best in games will win this job.
Vic Tafer joining us. Vic, I was just teasing my counterpart here about last season, 6-11. I'm like, man, that's sort of the Giants territory, if you will. All joking, all kidding aside, what do you view as the ceiling for this year's 49ers team, considering the schedule, considering, where the NFC is? What's best case scenario you think for this Niners squad?
I think the number in Vegas is 10.5 wins.
Yeah.
I think it's a good over bet. I think they're in good shape. I think last year they had a lot of injuries. I think they obviously lost some guys this year for agency, but they replaced most of those guys. They have their core still intact. There's 7, 8 legitimate star players who are still on board. McCaffrey looks like he's healthy and ready to go. So the schedule you mentioned is pretty easy. So I think the vibes are good. They got Purdy locked up. They got George Kittle locked up. Fred Warner's locked up. So all their stars are in place. They got some young guys in defense. So everyone's pretty optimistic at this point down at Niners camp.
Speaking of over-unders, I know you recently had your post of your advice, and I don't remember, Vic. I read the piece, but did you have the 49ers? Was that one of your recommended overs?
That was an over. It wasn't like a best play, go now and put the house down on it. But, I like the over.
Okay. To what extent do you think their success this year is going to hinge on finding 2, maybe 3 defensive starters out of the young guys that they drafted?
Definitely a big part of it. I think so far all indications are good. I think Michael Williams looks like he'll be a stud. And the other guy, CJ West, has kind of been one of the stars of camp so far. He's like a kind of big fire hydrant kind of guy out in the middle. Violent hands. He's kind of pissing off a lot of old linemen in practice, which is always a good sign.
Vic Tafer joining us. Vic, conversely, how much is on the shoulders of Christian McCaffrey, you think, this season versus, a couple of years ago or even the start of, middle of last season?
Yeah, I think he's definitely fired up. He definitely mentions he looks like he's fully healthy, looks good in practice, and a great highlight that he did that kind of went viral on a deep catch for being a linebacker pretty good. So I think he wants to prove he's still one of the top 5 offensive players in the game. I think that looks like that'll be the case. So definitely get a big workload. I think he'll be a guy who fantasy guys will love this year again.
Mm-hmm. Vic Tafer, 49er insider from The Athletic. Nice enough to join us. Do we know where things stand right now with Juwan Jennings, Vic?
We don't. We're told day to day, which could mean anything. That could mean he's back tomorrow, or it could mean he's out for 2 months. So I think they're hopeful it's a calf injury, but yeah, it's kind of unknown at this point.
How about his contractual situation? Where does it? Do you think that they're talking to him, or what do you think's going on there?
Yeah, I think there was some headway going. I think it was moving in the right direction. I think I don't know how much he wants or what he's going to require to be happy, but they realize that he's been a valuable piece of the team so far. They realize he has some leverage with other guys being hurt, like Ayuk and Pierce always came back from a hamstring. So I think he's valued, which I think is always a good thing. I'm not sure what that means as far as how long they want to give him an extension or how much, but I do believe they're talking and things are definitely in a good, harmonious way right now.
Harmonious. Nice.
Harmonious.
Nice.
Unlike last year, right? Around this time, anything but harmonious out there in Niners camp. Vic, how would you handicap the division right now?
I think it's pretty tough. I think it's obviously the Rams. Stafford is hurt. I don't know how long he'll be out, but it's definitely without him, they're definitely a lot worse. No offense to all the Jimmy G fans out there, but I think it's a big step back from Stafford to Jimmy G. So the Seahawks, I think, are also kind of underrated. So I think they're kind of interesting. And the Cardinals, I have no idea. The Kyler Murray every year seems like everyone says this is going to be the year, and then the year passes and didn't happen. So I think the Niners should be favored probably in my book of them with the Rams, but with the Stafford thing, it's a big question mark for the Rams.
Mm-hmm. How much of an impact would you guess that Robert Saleh is going to have this year?
Well, the players are very excited about him. I know Shanahan's excited about him. He's fired up. I think, they mentioned when he was here, he kind of built his defense, and his system is still kind of in place. He can tweak it a little bit, but I think most have mentioned the other day how he commands the room. And that was solely missed when he was gone. So everyone's excited about it. That's definitely one of the big reasons why people are excited about the season.
Vic Tafer joining us. Vic, I wanted to ask you about the Raiders real quick because they're over under, I think, at about 7.5. Pete Carroll, you got a quarterback in Geno. What do you make of them this season?
I think I'll be close to that number. I'm not sure. Definitely the whole Christian Wilkins thing does not help. He was definitely a guy they're counting on, and they lost a big-time player. I know there's some weird things coming out now, and I think there'll be more weird things that come out in the near future about his behavior. So I don't know if that's a subtraction, if it's an addition in the end, but clearly talent-wise, that's a big loss they probably couldn't afford to have on the defense.
See, Vic, you leave there and just all heck breaks loose there.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It was a circus when I was there, though. It was a circus forever.
I wanted to ask you before we let you go about the Eagles over-under for.
No need to ask. We Super Bowl champs, Vic. Don't need to ask.
It's a new season.
Put some respect. All right, what is the over-under?
What do you think of the over-under? What's your recommendation on the Eagles?
I can't remember. It's a number it's pretty high.
11.5. Yeah, 11.5.
I think I am going under just because I figured they're going to they have a lot of new faces on defense. I think they might take and they're kind of built for the playoffs. They don't really care about wins the rest of the season, I don't think. So I think I got the under, but it'll be close. They'll probably be prime for the playoffs. So I wouldn't worry about the Eagles too much if you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah, I thought you took the under. That's really why I asked you. So
that's like Vic said. We're all about championships. We don't care about games in September.
Yeah.
We're built for the playoffs.
You got any more for Mr. Tafer?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Vic, thank you. We appreciate it very much. We enjoy your coverage, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
All right, boys. Take care.
Yeah.
All right, now.
The one and only Vic Tafer. What was that? Did you talk to him beforehand or something about that?
No, you can just hear
about
Vic.
the Eagles.
Not worried.
They're not worried about how many games they win.
He sees it like when you understand the sport of football, like me and Vic do. You
need to stop.
You like that, Jay? You know what I mean? We see it very similarly. You know, you don't win the Super Bowl in September. So when the Niners start 3-1 or 4-0, I don't want to hear it.
You're gonna hear it. Yeah. And I know that, I'm not big on. Yes.
It's been about a year since Jay played that.
I'm not big on power rankings, but Jay sent one to us. The 2025 NFL power rankings. We got to talk about this. Is it possible are the 49ers barely a top 20 team in the league? What? That can't be right. Next, Sacktown Sports.
He digs, he turns, he dives. It is a touchdown. It is a touchdown.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Uncorks a deep ball downfield into the end zone. A crowd is there, and it is caught. Touchdown. Miraculous!
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tomorrow night starting at 5, right here on Sacktown Sports.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save up to $800 on select smart beds. Limited time. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Summer's flying by, and that back-to-school checklist, it's growing fast. New backpack? Check. School supplies? Check. Dentist appointment? Let's fix that. Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics is making it easy to cross dental checkups off your summer list fast with priority scheduling for new patients and kid-friendly care that makes them smile. It's one less thing to worry about before fall. Call now or book online at kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com because healthy smiles should be the easiest thing to check off your summer list.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
This is a privilege. I get to see Kyle Draper here working on his golf swing, just breaking it down a little bit. Looks like he's casting a little bit. Might need to work on that, keeping that wrist pronated before impact. But
well, getting in shape, big fella.
Like how you know the verbiage to use, too.
Right? Been hanging out with Frank LaRosa.
You gotta keep that angle. You can't do this, Drapes. You got to be like this on your.
No, I'm just practice, dude. I'm just trying to get it out away from my body.
Why?
Because my problem is,
why do you want to practice doing it incorrectly? As I would say to.
When last time you go? Exactly. Yeah. The worst thing. Wait, are you at 0 handicap?
Currently, I'd weigh 2. I think
like 2,000. Worst thing about golf is getting advice from, and I don't know your golf game,
right?
From people who aren't that good themselves.
It doesn't matter if I'm Jack Nicklaus or Jack in the Box. You were doing it wrong.
You would have told Tyrese Halliburton to change his jump shot.
Huh?
You would have told John Rahm to lengthen his swing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Top Golf later tonight, so I was just practicing.
I've never been there, and I know it's supposed to be tremendous. Yeah,
it's
Don't
okay.
They have discounts now on certain weeknights?
Do they? I don't know. I think there's like some 50 something going on. Yeah.
And that one in Vegas?
I haven't been to that
Gotta
one.
be a part of that.
That's a good one?
Got the pool. Come on, brother.
Really?
What, I mean,
We stay right there next door at MGM.
Yeah, let me tell you. Look, off-air conversation.
Drive Guys Night at Top Golf.
Half off golf.
See, there you go.
Monday through Thursday.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
Had no idea.
I saw that somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, what you doing, man?
When you talk to them, line up a promotion. Hey, we want to do a promotion with you. We'll get going.
Now, I would take that as an endorsement.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know historically they've done so well. They just don't
They don't
even
need that.
to
Yeah, they don't need that.
advertise.
Dude, their advertising is the big nets
Mhm.
as you drive past. What's that? That's Top Golf. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be out there tonight.
Mm-hmm. How about this? By the way, tomorrow night we will be having a somewhat truncated show because the Hall of Fame game.
Football is back.
Yeah. The NFL preseason starts tomorrow. And there's actually, I think, a fairly good reason to watch some of it. It's the Chargers against the Lions. You know who the starting quarterback is for the Chargers tomorrow night?
Who's it going to be? No, you really want me to?
Yeah.
Is it Jimmy?
No,
Ah.
no, the Chargers is
Chargers?
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance is on that? No, and Jimmy's where? With the Rams.
Yeah, he's
right?
with the Rams. Yeah.
Trey Lance?
Yeah. And
He's still in the league?
And, it's
I had
obviously
no idea.
It's Herbert's job, but Trey Lance starts tomorrow, and this
got to be his last chance, right?
It might be. I mean, he's not only playing tomorrow to show the Chargers what he can do, he's trying to show the rest of the league, I know how to do this. He's like, he's playing to a degree tomorrow night. He's playing for his career.
He is.
Yeah.
Wow. That is good reason to watch tomorrow.
Or listen here on Sacramento Sports.
Sacramento Sports coverage beginning at what, 5?
Jay is, if I'm not mistaken, Jay has always been in Trey Lance's corner.
Yeah,
you
like
still on that?
Do.
You still a Trey Lance guy?
I mean, can you really honestly answer? Is he a good, bad? Like, what is he as a quarterback? How's his arm?
He's not good.
I mean,
we can rule that out.
How do you know?
Messed up. That's messed up.
I mean, I know he has a ton
Has he
of
ever
talent.
really got a chance, though?
Yeah. And it's
like, really given
it was cut short.
Right. It was cut short. Dallas, you're not going to play ahead of Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, I'm interested in seeing him tomorrow.
Yeah, I am too.
You know?
And I'm rooting for him. And I've mentioned this before, but there was a time in the Bay Area, one of the big questions was, who's going to end up being the bigger star? Trey Lance or Joey Bart or James Wiseman? I kid you not.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. And
that was the down there in the Bay.
Guys,
yeah.
Like those are the three up and coming players. Joey Bart was catching this week in San Francisco with the Giants. Wiseman's with did Indiana re-sign him? I know he got hurt.
Yeah.
And then so Trey Lance.
Who's the bigger star? Bart? By default?
Yes, right now.
Right?
Yeah. But I always thought, Trey Lance is the easy answer because he's a freaking quarterback.
Right. Mm-hmm. First round pick. Just never had an opportunity. So now I'm interested. Before I was like, get to go out and enjoy the weather and everything. But I'll be checking that.
I really think all three of those guys, along with a number of other lesser known athletes about the same age, they really were hurt by the pandemic because they lost.
Right.
Not only did teams not get to see him to properly evaluate him, but they didn't get enough reps to develop as they normally would because they just couldn't play as many games.
Yeah.
When things were shut down.
Yeah. And Lance was what, 22? What year was Lance's draft? 21?
I want to say
1, 2, 3.
21. Because he came the year after
21. Yeah.
COVID, so 21.
Yeah, damn. Now he could have stayed, right? I would imagine because guys were playing 7 years after COVID.
Remember North Dakota State? They had the
Bison.
The one game for him to try and play. Like to try to do a showcase game. Then they played a couple other exhibition type games to try to get him some look. Just didn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it worked to get him drafted, but
right.
Yeah, the 2021 NFL draft. And he was the quarterback of the future for the 49ers, traded all those picks to move up to the third spot to get him. Yeah. So it'll be interesting tomorrow. Be listening. I'll be rooting for him. Now, as far as this goes, this has got to be wrong. Thank you, Jay, for sending this along. This is via Ralph Daciano. Fox 2025 NFL Power Rankings. What does it matter? The games haven't started yet.
No, I like this.
Here's how they have it ranked. Philadelphia, Baltimore, Kansas City, Buffalo, Green Bay. Might be a little high for Green Bay, but all right, I get it.
No, Jay's out on Green Bay, right? Remember, Jay, we had this last week.
That's what I said. I said that might be a little high for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Washington, Cincinnati, Detroit, Chargers, 10. The next 5, Tampa Bay, Rams, Houston, Arizona, Minnesota, Denver, Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, Jacksonville. San Francisco's ranked 18th.
Not only are the Niners ranked 18th, they're ranked behind my sleeper in the NFC, the Chicago Bears.
Ooh, that's your sleeper?
That is my sleeper this season. Keep it. No, I know it's a tough division. It's going to be tough for them, but I think, I like what they're doing there. Behind Chicago, behind Denver.
They're also ranked behind the Rams and behind Arizona.
Arizona at that, too. That's a little disrespect.
Totally disrespect.
I said a little, Jay.
I'm stunned that even you would say that.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't believe in the card. Like, honestly, if I was to redo this, I'd have them ahead of the Bears. I'd have them ahead of the Cardinals. Other than that,
the Chargers? Chargers are a little high. 10?
No, your boy Harbaugh next, another year under the belt and everything. Got the quarterback situation. All right. Do you have them ahead of the Chargers?
I think
so. Yeah, I would.
Damn, really?
What have the Chargers done, man?
What have Niners done?
Make to the Super Bowl last couple of years.
No, you ain't got no Debo anymore. Your wide receiver core is in shambles right now. Come on, Jay. Stop
Ricky
that.
P is back,
Come
baby.
on, man. Come on.
First round draft pick.
Jawan Jennings, you relying on Jawan Jennings to be your number one.
And they've got a young receiver they drafted who's doing really well in camp. I just can't remember his name.
Oh, you talking about Jordan? JH?
Jordan Hawkins. No, we got so many, I feel like every year when it comes to the Niners, there's like, no, I'm being honest. Last year, Tricky Ricky P. Oh, man, this guy. And he was all right towards the end of the season.
He got a bullet to the
shot. I know, man. Hey, Paul Pierce got stabbed and came back and dropped 20-something a game. Come on. No, I'm joking.
That's different.
I'm joking on that. I think, honestly, the Niners are probably like 15.
Give me 10 again. 10 is the Chargers. 11 is who?
11 is Tampa
Bay.
We've been beating up on Tampa the last couple years.
This ain't
in the
I
know one
tennis.
team that hasn't, by the way.
Okay. Right. This ain't tennis.
All right. Number 12.
Rams. Rams.
Okay.
You got
13.
It's okay to say the Rams ahead, right?
Yeah, that's where the Niners are. They're in the Rams, Tampa,
Houston, Arizona, Minnesota is those 5.
How about Minnesota?
Nah, JJ got to show it to me. I like JJ, but you got to show it to me.
Yeah. That could be a really good team, but
Minnesota. Yeah. How about Denver?
I think I would have Minnesota ahead of the 49ers.
Really?
Yeah. And I know, like you said, it's a fair point, JJ McCarthy. We got to see, but that's a really talented team. I'm sorry, Drapes. Who did you say?
Denver. People are high on Bo Nix and the boys.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Could have an elite defense, right?
They might be in the same category, I think, as the Niners in terms of the tiers or whatever. So basically, Jay, you said 13. I said 15.
Nah, I said about 10, 11.
Nah, you crazy.
Rams should be 10.
Tampa Bay.
That's where the Niners are at. Tampa's better than the Niners. Flat broke. You're taking Tampa over the 49ers right now.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
The Niners have beat them the last 2 times when they meant something.
Here's the thing about the 49ers right now. If we're being honest, you don't know for sure about either of their units. Well, all 3. I mean, special teams, and I think they'll work out. But if we're being honest, you got Salah back. You got a lot of young players. We just asked Vic Tafer. They're going to need 3 of their young players at least to become starters. That could happen, but it might not. Offensively, as you said, let's be honest. Debo's not there anymore. Right now, the receiver situation is less than desirable. McCaffrey's been hurt a lot. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be fine. But if we're being objective, there's reason to look at that and go, there are some questions, right? I mean,
that's all I'm saying.
Well, that's not all you're saying.
No, because I feel like, and this happens, it's not just Niners fans. I do it with my Eagles, Vikings fans. We give our team the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's a 50-50 ball, oh yeah, it'll bounce our way. Same thing with Jay. Oh, I got to see JJ McCarthy first. Vikings fans might be like, oh, we got JJ back, a high draft pick back. And then they may be looking at it as a positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They got the Lions number 9. Is that kind of low for Detroit? Or?
Looks like people are expecting the Lions to kind of regress a little bit this year.
No, Steelers at 6. That's pretty high, right? That's pretty.
That's the Aaron Rodgers
effect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll look a little more closely at that list. Also, when we come back, where the Giants stand with the trade deadline upon us. Next, Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you know how America became the best country on God's green earth? We made things, from automobiles to airplanes to textiles. We were the manufacturing epicenter of the world, the innovators that every other country turned to. I'm Katie Lyon, co-founder of Allegiance Flag Supply, and I'm here to tell you that the American spirit is alive and well at Allegiance, where we make American flags 100% in America. When you fly your American flag from Allegiance Flag Supply, you're not just honoring our country. You're supporting American men and women who proudly make the highest quality American flags, period. True patriots who put care into every stitch. See our full story at showallegiance.com and learn about our 100% American-based supply chain. Fly your flag from showallegiance.com with pride, because every flag says manufacturing is still alive and well in the U.S. and we are still the greatest country. Visit showallegiance.com, and from all of us, thank you for your support.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement, $999.99 and qualifying ported. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself, because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on a Napoleon stainless steel Pro Grill. Become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon stainless steel grills, simply the best.
At Wells Fargo, we know what got you into your business, whether it's manufacturing, running a restaurant, or your business from home. What you didn't get into your business for was banking. But luckily, Wells Fargo offers business checking, payments, and lending all in one place, in your neighborhood and on our app, so you can focus on doing what you love. Wells Fargo, you're good at business, we're good at business banking. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/business. Terms apply. Wells Fargo Bank and a member FDIC.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Kings made some national news today. They were in some national news, at least, with a lot of reporting coming out about Jonathan Kuminga and how he and the Warriors are at a stalemate. The Warriors have been offering contracts, and he's been turning them down. and you had Shams reporting that the Kings have offered a first-round pick, and you had Mark Spears on ESPN saying Kuminga wants to come to Sacramento and is all in. And that's all well and good, and we'll talk a lot more about that, I'm sure, between now and the resolution of this thing, whichever way it ends up. But make no mistake, the big Kings news today, Dacoin Plowden is a Sacramento King.
Our guy.
Signed a two-way deal.
I'm going to say your guy because you were on him first. I found out he's from Germantown in Philadelphia, so now he's, by default, my guy as well. But no, shout out to him, man. This is
rangy 6'6".
6'6". You like, what did you say about his shot?
He's that high release. It's just the first time I saw it.
Feathery?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to him, man. And, here we are. August is about to happen. And you guys been around basketball. Usually August is a quiet month in the association.
Everybody's just resting up. Time to rest up before everything starts.
Final trips and everything. And so I'm wondering if this Kaminga thing drags on through that. I need to look at my vacation schedule, if you will. And I think I'm gone for half the month. So I'll miss half of the Kaminga talk.
Or maybe two months.
Did you see what our boy Alan Stiles posted?
Wait, Alan posted something?
No,
what?
Every 5 minutes, man. He got about, his post to follower ratio is about 20-1. So
he's working.
But occasionally he'll be on my For You page for some reason because I don't follow him. But he said I'm messing around. There's a growing belief that although the Kings are interested in Jonathan Kuminga now, the negotiation with the Warriors was to build a relationship with him and be at the front of the line when he hits free agency. That's according to Alan Stiles.
Growing belief.
Yeah, I don't know if Jay want to track that down. It's being aggregated out there.
Oh, okay.
It's being aggregated. So, mission accomplished for young Alan Stiles. But, they're just laying the groundwork right now before they, make a play for him in free agency next year.
Yeah, Alan said something today, and I asked Kyle Ledbetter to get it. I don't know if he caught it. And sometimes you can share too much on the radio, and I know people love it when you really share what's going on in your life. But he said he was talking about Kings deals and how it's not time for that. It's not the right time for that. And he said that's what my wife tells me all the time, and I thought,
not the right time for that. Where was he going with that one?
I don't know.
Where was he going? That's yeah, but what do you make of just showing him some interest? We're flirting with him now. All right, never mind. Move it on.
No, seriously. I mean, okay, but it doesn't make sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because when Kaminga becomes an unrestricted free agent, let's say he does, the landscape, by the way, could be totally different than it is right now. And the last thing he's going to feel is like, wow, that situation's great. Ooh, I could go to the Nets. Oh, but the Kings last year, they sat down and talked with me. I don't know. To me, negligible at best.
Right. It doesn't. It'd be different if he didn't have other offers and probably in unrestricted free agency. But that's not how to be interested in a player. All you got to do is talk to his agent. You don't have to make an offer, and what if he re-signs with the Warriors on that 2-year deal?
Yeah.
Like yeah. All right.
I have the opposite growing belief.
Oh.
My growing belief is that one of the reasons the Kings are hot and heavy on this now, to the extent that they are, is because they know that if he gets to unrestricted free agency, it's going to be a lot harder to get him.
Right. Exactly. The Kings, I use the analogy of the prom date, when 30 people can ask you out to the prom, it's one thing. But if it's only 2 people, your competition is only Phoenix.
Yeah.
And you can get them on the cheap at this moment. Now's the time. How many times have we talked about a distressed asset, if you will, being opportunistic if you're Scott Perry? That's why Jonathan Kuminga makes a lot of sense right now. If you're talking about, like you said, unrestricted free agency, now you're bidding against 25 or 20, whatever the market is. That could be tough.
Yeah.
That could be tough.
And it could be tougher than we can imagine because you don't know what's going to happen with any of the other teams between now and then.
Yeah.
And some of the teams that right now, for various reasons, may look at him and go, yeah, we're not interested. when he's unrestricted in another year, there may be a lot of those teams going, oh, we're in now.
Right. Well, now we're in.
Yeah.
Exactly. From the 916. And if you want to weigh on this, 916-339-1140. If the holdup is Keon Ellis, trade him. A starter for a bench player. Do it, big fellas.
I don't think it's that simple. To me, it sounds like the worst because they know they have time. They're playing a long game. I really think they're like, we want Keon Ellis and Keegan Murray. And of course,
there's no way, right?
Right. It's not going to happen. So the Kings are waiting it out. But I think that's why we're at a stalemate. How about this? According to Shams, the Kings offered a protected first rounder? Yeah. Would you consider an unprotected first rounder?
No. We don't have many draft picks, I don't think. One each year, basically, until 31? Like, I don't want to trade any of our draft picks, especially what if Jonathan Kuminga's ceiling is Brad Beal, let's say. Brad Beal's a very good player. 18, I'm talking about current Brad Beal, not prime Brad Beal. 18 points per game. I would rather have the chance at getting a lottery pick, a top 5 pick, a franchise changer than a third option or a second option on a not too good team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think, and that's why this won't get done. I think Scott Perry also doesn't want to give up an unprotected
Did you see the Jason Anderson story today in the B?
About Keegan and Keon being off limits, basically?
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons I think, this must be a thing where the Warriors, and they know they're not going to get him, but they must be asking for him.
Yeah. There's zero chance. Yeah, but how do you feel about that? I understand Keegan, but to the 916's question, if it's Ellis, would you do that?
I'd be open to it. You know,
Ellis and the first?
Protected, and then it'd have to be another player, right? We think. That's the
financially, price. Right?
I'd be open to it, to considering it. But
that's
tough. I would not have the interest that they have in Kaminga to this point. I've been clear about
You'd
that.
be out on
I'm just kind of playing along. But if it's up to me, it's like I'd be already out on the whole thing.
Yeah, I hear you on that, and that's the conundrum. If you're Kaminga, if you're the Kings, like, do you view him as a centerpiece, or is it a gamble, if you will? I don't like gambling with our young players and draft picks,
right?
And first rounders. That's too much.
It is. It's a lot.
Let's
not forget, this is a guy that's current team does not even want him.
Right. Can't play with Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Don't get along with Steph. Like, that's not. But are we in a position as a franchise to gamble right now? Or do we slow build this? Like, you build in a house, you hired a contractor that's going to get it done in 9 months. Or do you go with the guy, hey, trust me, I can get it done in 45 days. Can we?
You know what's ironic? Kings fans, a lot of them are out of patience. And the Kings themselves have not had much patience when it comes to building, like you say, what I would say the proper way, the slow, methodical way. That makes a lot of sense. The Kings have shown no ability nor any inclination to travel down that route.
Right. Is Kaminga, the fast track? And how many times have we tried that? Tried to fast track our way. And I'm not saying he's not a solid player, a fine player, but I've said it before. I'll say it. Is he the guy to gamble on?
I don't think so. I would get it if they did. He addresses a need. But, just look at what Scott Perry, and I know it wasn't just him. We always give the GM all the credit. He gave him one draft. Look what he did. And I know we haven't seen these guys play yet, but looks better, right? So why not let that guy take a slower, more methodical approach, right? Rather than, let's bring in Kaminga. We'll have to change up a lot of things, but he might be great.
Right. That's right. And the dude's been on talking about Scott Perry. He's been on the job 3 to 4 months. It's like being a baseball player, Whitey. You're not swinging for the fences. Well, maybe today they are, but you're not swinging for the fences on the first pitch. You know what I mean? Or maybe you do, actually. But you're right. But you take your time. You see what he's throwing, what kind of stuff he has and everything.
Get a look at a few.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I'm not against Kaminga, though.
Kaminga is not a very good shooter.
Right. That's true.
Kuminga also is not a very good rebounder. So, okay. So then are we really sure that we want to just build everything around him?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, is he too one-dimensional? Like, to me, what we need is a person, a sun that everything else orbits around. I don't know if Jonathan Kuminga is the sun. I don't know if you get him, then you build around him. Like, I don't know how far that gets you.
Yeah.
He could be, you know who Jonathan Kuminga is sort of like, and this player is better than him, but maybe at best he can be a Robin to somebody's Batman, a Jaylen Brown to a Jason Tatum. I'm not saying he's Jaylen Brown, but I'm talking a ceiling. I don't know if he's ever going to be the guy.
Yeah. If he'd played in college, you might have a better idea. Even if he played briefly, how did he do in that structure? But, you know, he came from just nothing. I remember his first press conference with the Warriors. He was in front of the Thrive City or whatever, and he was talking about, this is incredible. Where I come from, it's just like dirt. You don't even have, paved roads. So have to keep that in mind. But then he went to G League Ignite, I think. He hasn't been with a team to develop some of these things. So, yeah, maybe he can do it, but it's a huge risk. And that's another reason why it's a huge risk. He's still got so much room for development, and it's a question as to whether he'll get there.
And let me ask you this. If you trade for a Jonathan Kuminga, the belief is you'd probably have to move off a guy like DeMar.
Look who's talking Kuminga, by the way, huh?
Nah,
Look who's all in on
because you
Kuminga.
asked me what should we talk about this last hour, and I could go into Drape's story time, but I'll save that for 5:30. But if you look at Jonathan Kuminga, does he really get what he wants here? Meaning, you might have to move off of DeMar, but you still got Zach.
Mm-hmm.
You still got Domas. You got my boy Dennis Schroeder. You may or may not have Malik Monk. Meaning, I don't know if he would mix with that group.
Do we have Mark Spears comments on that? Mark Spears addressed that today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Here's Mark Spears on whether Jonathan Kuminga would be in for the Kings. Or in with the Kings, I should say. Yeah. Mark Spears was on ESPN today.
Hey, hold on, computer stall.
Come on, Jay. What we got? Ledbetter working back there or something?
He wants to go.
He wants to go.
He wants to go. And the Kings are offering a starting spot.
Okay.
Power forward next to Keegan Murray, next to Sabonis. He's talked on a Zoom call with Scott Perry, as you know, the GM, BJ Armstrong, the assistant GM, and also with their head coach.
Okay.
So he's in.
Right.
He wants to go there, but I think that first, the Warriors don't like the first. And then the Suns, I heard they're like offering Royce O'Neal in 4 seconds and Nick Richards. That's just not pretty enough.
So maybe, and I know somebody came after me a little bit on, I think it was a text line or maybe been in the chat a couple days ago about how do we know Kuminga wants to be the number one guy? To that point, from what Mark Spears said just there, and that was today on ESPN, maybe Kuminga's like, I want a starting role. I want 30-plus minutes a game. Maybe that's,
right.
Not necessarily, I'm going to need 20 shots a game. I don't know. But if he likes it as much as Mark Spears says, then it sounds like he's not as concerned about, well, who else is on the team and how many shots are they taking? He just wants to be a guy. He wants to be the starting power forward for the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, he wants to be the guy. You get a Kaminga, though. You got to make some other moves, and it's not just DeMar.
I know.
If you get Jonathan Kuminga, let me ask you this, Whitey. You get Jonathan Kuminga at what? 4 years, 90 or so. That's what reported with the Phoenix Suns.
With an option or something?
With an option.
Okay, yeah.
Are you then offering Keegan Murray his 4-year, 5-year, 130 or whatever?
Well, if I'm not, I would trade him to get Kuminga.
But the thing is, now that's your 3 and 4 going forward.
Yep.
That's your guys for the next.
I know.
How you feeling about that, big fella?
I would not recommend it, but I think they would be just as he apparently is all in on Sacramento. I think Sacramento right now would be all in on that. I'm talking about the people making the decisions.
I wonder what the fan base would. If we told you for the next 3 to 4 years, your 3 and 4 are Kaminga and Keegan Murray, how are you feeling about that, Sacramento? 916-339-1140. Because what history has shown us is you need a dynamic wing player to win a championship. I'm talking, Tatum and Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw Jamal Murray in. Like somebody. Could Keegan Murray and Jonathan Kuminga be that? LeBron, or are they, 2 and 3 on a championship team?
I think it's more likely that Kaminga is most similar to one of his G League teammates, which is Jalen Green. And
right.
Yeah. And he put up numbers and the Suns gave him the extension, but they ended up trading him.
Right.
And
who are you talking about? Keegan is Jalen Green or
no, Kaminga.
Okay.
When you're looking at who's Kaminga, could he be some of the guys that you mentioned? There's a lot of similarities there between him and Jalen Green, who's very talented, and he's had some big numbers for Houston, but they were hoping he'd be a guy, and they decided he's not the guy.
Right. That's the thing. He
Good
put
player,
up numbers, right?
yeah.
He some people called him borderline all-star, but when it's time to win, and we saw what happened with him. I don't know. Kaminga to me is a gamble. We'll see if the Kings are, open to taking that gamble, but it's risky, I feel like.
So you trust the Kings to build through the draft? I don't. The Kings will never attract free agents. Spending $25 million per year is not franchise player money, so taking a swing on someone who could potentially be an all-star is a risk they need to take from the 209. You got to take that chance. The money isn't heavy enough where if it doesn't work out, they are crippled. Who else would it be? Keegan, Kaminga, Sabonis locked in for the next 3 to 4 years would be awesome. I think fans
would it be?
They're getting excited about this.
Yeah, I would love that. 916-339-1140. People are like dreaming of that front court, if you will.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Is this Shrestha? Is that the name?
It is.
Yeah, what's up, Shrestha?
Hello, how are you?
Hey, man. I actually have a different opinion. I want to give Scott Perry a chance. Let him build this roster. The draft looks great, like you said, Whitey. We still don't know, but it looks pretty good on paper right now. And I feel like Scott Perry is going to do something special. We don't need to give up the farm for Kaminga. And honestly, I don't want Warriors, dumping a dumpster fire on us right now. Let them deal with their own problems. We don't need to help them out.
Yeah, thank you, Shrestha. Appreciate that. From the 530, Kings don't currently have a power forward, so where is the gamble? That's a fair question. Where's the gamble?
No, you're giving up assets. You're giving up.
You don't get it for free.
Right, you don't get it for free. That's the gamble. And not only that, this is your guy.
Yeah.
For the next few years.
If you're giving up a first-round pick and someone like Keon.
And a top 7
there's
player.
There's the gamble.
Right. Somebody from the 916, Whitey. Tell me the last time we had an athletic front court. JK and Keegan Murray, a top 10 power forward, small forward combo. You buying that? No, you get. Why do you give me that
10? I mean, let's slow down. Fans do this in every city, do they not? And we are especially guilty of it here. Overestimating, overvaluing our own guys. It's going on right now with some people. With Jonathan Kuminga, he's not even here yet.
Right.
He doesn't even play here.
Yeah. It's
a dream,
people are
baby.
all in on this guy. They ready to hang his number up in the rafters. 916. So is he an elite defender? No. Is he an elite 3 guy? No. Is he an elite anything? No. He is on the all potential team. We can find a lot more, could have been a lot more out there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's raw, and we see the potential out there.
Yeah.
To me, the question for Jonathan, when it comes to Jonathan Kuminga, isn't the talent. It's, can he play within the team system and make others better?
That's a great question.
Like that. And like you said, we haven't really had to see him in that role.
Yeah.
That's partially why it's a gamble, also why it's risky.
Especially when you look at where you are in your competitive arc and you're coming out of the first beam team and you've got some older contracts, but you're trying to head in a new direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you, right as you're just coming into that, you bring in Jonathan Kuminga, you're making a big assumption and taking a big risk that, oh, yeah, we've got our guy.
Yep. And I'll say,
if he's not, it sets that whole thing back.
It sets the whole thing back. And I'll say this. If we get Kaminga, let's go. I'm all on board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want it to work out. I want a lot of fun. Let's go. You know, the thing that, you know, I've brought up before and it's been talked about and fans just don't seem to care. At least a segment of the fan base just doesn't seem to care. What does that do to Keegan Murray? Is Keegan now your fourth option? Is he Michael Porter Jr. at best? Like, do we even know? Like, let me ask you this. I'll ask Kings fans. Can Keegan Murray, when it's all said and done, be a better player than Jonathan Kuminga?
Yes.
Okay. So if that's the case, Kaminga might not even get what he's asking for. If Keegan ascends, you still got Zach, you got Domas.
Keegan's going to get the same amount of touches if that's your roster that he's always gotten.
Right.
Maybe fewer.
I don't like that. I got to see what my young fella can do. That's just me personally. I'm a Keegan Murray fan. I think there's still something in there, you know, where he can take a leap. He had to sacrifice his game because we brought in DeMar, which is understandable. DeMar's a Hall of Famer. But damn, this is your number 4 overall pick, and we going to relegate him to a 4th starter or a 5th starter?
On the text line, Kuminga is not really a Robin. He's more like the Bat Cycle. 3rd option. He's more like Superdog to Superman.
Dang, that's a couple.
That dog's name is Crypto, by the way, and
Crypto.
the dog is awesome. Yeah, he can help, but he can't be the focal point. I definitely won't trade Malik and Carter for him, as reported by Shams. That's a sham.
That's a sham. A sham.
Sham. Yeah, from RC.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah. Sham. TC joined us on Sacktown Sports.
Check it.
Time for Check It with TC. What's up, TC?
Man, what's up, big dog? Mic check. So check it out. Hey, you already know how I feel about the situation in the Keon, but listen, hey, we going to sign him when he's a free agent, right? That deal is already done. Go ahead and do the deal, Warriors, right? For the Devin, the 1st round pick and Sarge, so we can get it done. We get Kaminga here, I'm cashing both of them out, right? That's the young generation, him and Keegan. Here go a 5-year deal for both of y'all, 5-year, 125. We ain't going to play y'all both getting 25 a year. Y'all locked in as a core moving forward because the money is going to start falling off the books. That's how I'm going about it. Perry going to move a ball smooth. We get Kaminga, they both getting cashed out. If, ands, or buts because you got your 3 and 4 locked up. And to answer your question, Drake, yes, they can be a Tatum and Brown. Keegan shooting the threes. Kaminga with that athleticism, jumping out the gym defensively. Bro, lock both those dudes in. That's all I got.
Thank you, TC. I do think the way TC is seeing it is the way the Kings are seeing it.
Well, lock both them up, and that's our crew.
I really think the Kings right now are looking at it going, we would love to do that. They're working on it. They're trying to make it happen.
Check this from the 530. Schroeder, Westbrook, Levine, Neek, Keegan, DeMar, Kaminga, Reynaud, Sabonis. Do you like that?
You going to answer your own question?
No, dude, I'm asking me. No, the 530 is asking you.
Not a ton. Seems a little out of whack still to me, but there's some talent there. Yeah, I definitely see some talent. And the one thing I like about Kaminga is, again, it helps you get younger. I understand that. It's one thing we've been saying. You need to get younger. You mentioned Clifford, Maxime Reynaud, and Kaminga, you're getting younger. I like that.
I'll say this, Whitey.
Westbrook, I got to be honest, and it looks like he's coming here. I don't get it.
You don't get it. You don't get the rest thing.
Yeah.
You know, regarding Kaminga and regarding the guy, one thing the guy has is not only talent, ability to make players better, but also a high basketball IQ. we haven't. I don't know if Kaminga has that or not. Because he hasn't been asked to be that guy.
I think it's fair to say he has not demonstrated that a lot. Remember, we talked to Monty Poole, and he said they had a play where, was it Austin Reeves and Kaminga, like, instead of switching, he ran out of bounds instead of,
Right.
That was Monty Poole.
I mean, and so when I talk about a risk, taking a chance, and is this the guy to do it on? If Scott Perry does it, he's banking on Jonathan Kuminga being more than just an athletic scorer.
Mm-hmm.
He's banking on him being, able to make the right reads, able to make others better, able to draw to and kick out. Like, all that factors into it, too.
Able to become a better defender.
Yeah.
He's certainly capable of that. But, we say that about so many guys. Oh, he's got the athleticism to be a good defender. And some guys just aren't, no matter how athletic they are.
Somebody on the text line, and I know we're up against it. Maybe you can answer this, Whitey, after the break. Where does Kaminga rate compared to Cam Johnson or John Collins and what we were willing to give up for them? Is it the known versus the unknown?
I have to answer that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll do that when we come back. Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
20, 15, 10-5, diving. Is he in? He is.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Down the middle. It's caught over the shoulder in the end zone. Touchdown, Smith. And that may make it insurmountable.
Wow. The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tomorrow night starting at 5 right here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Fidium Fiber.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Delta breeze will drop valley temperatures into the upper 50s for Thursday morning. It'll warm up quickly. Afternoon highs in the low 90s with strong sun and an evening Delta breeze. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and KCRA app.
It's about time they
fixed that pothole.
Invented better windshield wipers.
Made an internet that just works. Fidium Fiber Internet, starting at only $30 a month. It feels like Fidium. Offer available to residential customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See Fidium.com for details.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all three if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in the combo while supplies last.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota because your next adventure is waiting at your Toyota dealer. Get ready to tear it up and explore this summer like you mean it. Right now, get a low-cost lease on 2025 Tacoma or get $3,000 cash back on 2025 Tundra. Plus, check out the all-new 4Runner. Now's the time for those who know adventure goes off-road. Don't miss these deals. Head to your Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium ready credit. Cashback available through TMNA and cannot be combined with other offers. Offers end 8/4/25.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Here's the question on the text line from the 541. I'll answer it if you will, Drapes. I'll give my answer since you wanted my answer, but you have to answer too.
Okay.
Question is, where does Kaminga rate compared to Cam Johnson or John Collins? What were we willing to give up for them? I think the difference is Cam Johnson, you know what he is. His ceiling has been defined. He gets hurt a lot. I'm a big Cam Johnson fan. Good shooter, pretty good defender, probably not as good as he was. Could play either forward position, really good three-point shooter. John Collins, not a good defender, has had like a career renaissance, especially last year. He's more of a big and good shooter also, really good offensive player. Kuminga, we don't know what the ceiling is yet. That's the thing with Kuminga. We don't know where the ceiling is. So that's the appeal for him. He so far has demonstrated really good at getting to the basket. Just, I can't stress this enough. He just moves differently. He's an incredible athlete. Doesn't rebound a lot. Defense is at times he's been a really good defender. At other times it looks like he doesn't care. That's the whole thing with Kuminga. He has a higher ceiling than those other two guys. And he has a chance to be, I think just about anybody who's seen him play say he has a chance to be one of those true superstars, but it's far from a given that he's going to ever get there.
Right. So that was Kevin Whitey Gleason's
Yeah.
Response to that question. I'll say this about Cam Johnson. I think Cam Johnson is the kind of player you could fit into any system and he will help you win basketball games. He was toiling away there in Brooklyn. Let's not forget, he had a role with Phoenix when they went to the championship a few years ago. He was on that team. So to me, he's a plug-and-play guy. No matter what your roster is, he can fit in with that. John Collins, to me, I'm high on John Collins. But you're not bringing in John Collins to be your one or two, your top. He's a piece. He's your fourth option, if you will.
I think it's fair to say there was a time when we thought he might be more than that.
Right.
But the last couple of years, he's shown he's a really good player.
Really good. He's almost like, Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, not the guy, but he's very good, And so Kaminga, honestly, I'm not sure what he is.
Right.
He could be the guy. He could be a really nice player. Or he could be a player that puts up empty numbers. I have no idea because he hasn't been, dude, he had Steph, Draymond, Clay, he had Jordan Poole. Like was he ever a third option?
Well, maybe, in the playoffs.
This past season here?
Yeah. Against Minnesota at times. He put up some decent numbers. But never.
But that was with the injury though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yes.
Like when Steph is healthy and out there, there's a reason they went out and got Jimmy Butler. Think about it, Whitey.
Yeah, you're right. Great point.
They brought in Jimmy Butler to play the position Jonathan Kuminga plays. That shows you they didn't have faith in him. And I get why he's pissed off at Steve Kerr. And I get that. But, man, the Warriors said, we'd rather have an aging Jimmy Butler than let this young guy do his thing. That says a lot to me.
Here's a good question. I didn't see anyone batting an eye at giving up a first-round pick for Kevin Huerter. So what is the problem here from the 209? That ended up being not such a great deal.
That was a few years ago, man. We talking right now, big fella. Why y'all got to bring up old stuff? Like, at the time, it was a different vibe.
Batted an eye. I'll say that in retrospect.
Right. I think now, if you're the Sacramento Kings, like, I really value our first round picks right now. That's just me. And if we get Kaminga, I'm okay. But just don't play it like Scott Perry's playing it. Don't give up more than you really want to. Like, you don't have to bow down. Oh, man, we might not get Kaminga. Let me up the offer.
We'll have to pay through the nose. Right. You have to overpay to get him.
Yeah. We don't have to do that right now. If we get him, great. Let's go. But I wouldn't overpay right now.
No, especially not for a guy who, and I hope everything works out for him, but he is not a proven talent really at any level, even in the G League, because it was the environment is so unstable. This isn't a guy he was a great player in college. He's very talented, but he's unproven at every level that he's played at. And he might end up being a great player, but it'd be foolish to assume that risk.
Let me ask you this, though. Are we being jaded by what happened this last season in Golden State? because I'm just looking at the numbers. Your favorite site, Basketball Reference. 2 seasons ago, Whitey, 16.1 points, 52.9% from the field. That's pretty damn good.
Right.
That's pretty good, damn good. You know, and that was just his 3rd year.
Mm-hmm.
If Keegan Murray had those numbers, we'd be, you know, singing through the roof. Now, he only shot 32% from 3 this last year, but like and I'm just arguing this, 15.3 points this past season in 24 minutes per game.
Yeah.
He could be a 22-point per game guy if you play him 32, 33 minutes.
That gets to the very heart of the problem with my beloved site, Basketball Reference. It's a great site. It's not the site's problem. Sometimes we look at it and we draw conclusions
right,
without taking into account some other very important things. That's all.
What do you mean? Like the eye test, like with the other factors? You can't just look at numbers and make a determination?
It, like acquiring Kaminga would be risky.
That's all right.
Risky.
Nah. I am not opposed to bringing in Jonathan Kuminga. Like I said, just don't give up more than you have to for him.
Right.
Don't overpay.
That's why
I would say.
That's why if I were the Kings, I would be out right now. I was like, that's where it is.
All right, we're out.
Yeah.
We're out.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But it's pretty apparent they either think they really have a shot and or B, they really want him.
Yeah. Wow. Jonathan Kuminga. I never would have thought he would be the face of the franchise.
If I'm not mistaken, you know, because we've talked about so many guys the last couple of years, I thought initially you liked him a lot, and then, and this was a long time ago, last year around the deadline or so, you cooled. Is that accurate? That's
was I in on Kuminga?
I thought you were at one point, but it wasn't for that long before you. Like I said, I remember last year at the deadline, you were like, "Yeah, I don't think so."
Yeah, I might have been out. I think he's a fine player. I just don't know what he is, like what he can become. And so, are you bringing in? Like he wants to be one of the guys.
Time out.
Somebody said,
this is a problem for me. We appreciate your listening and your views.
Hold up, let me see.
This is the type of thing that's like just not realistic. Top 15 protected, Debo in 2 seconds. Come on, we got to be better than that. There's no way that gets it done.
You don't think so?
The Warriors are not desperate. They're not going to take anything. So they don't want Debo. Top 15 protected, they have no interest in. In 2 seconds, that's a non-starter, and it's a waste of your time and our time.
Well, somebody from the 650. I live in San Francisco and talk to Warriors fans all the time. A lot of their fans would love to have DeRozan for the right deal. Fits their timeline and could win 6th man of the year.
A lot of their what? Was that a lot of their fans? Front office?
No. He says, I think they might take him eventually.
They don't want him. Right?
I don't know, man. This is...
They don't want him. And that's what you hear that. I don't know why the Warriors don't just take Isaac Jones and future considerations.
Come on, man. It's a Hall of Famer and DeMar DeRozan, big
The Warriors don't want him. It's not what I think of him or what he's done. The Warriors don't want him.
The Warriors, according to the reports, they want a young player and a first-round pick and don't want to take on any bad contracts, right?
I don't want to hear like I don't want to mention any names. I'll just say Stalin Isles. Stalin Isles says it's like, they could get DeMar. He could come off the bench. They don't want him.
Right.
So that's not going to get it done.
That's not going to get it done.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about a young player, does Keon in the first get it done, you think?
I think you're getting there, but the price is high. The price is probably too high.
And we heard Jason Anderson's report, Keon and Keegan off limits.
Yeah.
Not been any kind of conversation, trade for them, with them. What we got coming up? You want me? I need to get off this topic. Hey, Kings fans, I love you. You guys love this topic, but man, you guys eat this up like, chum in the water.
It is interesting because it gets to some of the very things that make you a Kings fan right now.
Trey, the perfect comp for Kaminga, a young Aaron Gordon. a young Aaron Gordon. Go ahead, Wade. We got Wayback Quiz coming
We
up.
do
man.
have Whitey's
All right.
Wayback Machine quiz. Oh, are you still sky high after your stirring win
Yeah,
yesterday?
yeah, I'm feeling good. Did a workout today and everything. Got my gains in at the gym. I'm ready.
Jay has a look in his eye, though, that gleam in his eye.
Jay been quiet today for some reason. He been studying back there. Like he got a final coming up, pop quiz or something. Let's go.
Yeah, Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz is next. Sacktown Sports.
20, 15, 10-5, diving, is he in? He is!
The NFL is on Westwood 1.
Down the middle, it's caught over the shoulder in the end zone. Touchdown, Smith, and that may make it insurmountable. Wow.
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tomorrow night starting at 5, right here on Sacktown Sports.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A+ Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now. Walk straight out my dream like this she is. How can I make you my chick? I like you better by my side.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
Oh, looking forward to tomorrow already. We got the trade deadline coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got the Pro Football Hall of Fame game. We're going to have a special guest in studio tomorrow.
Yes. Hey, Levine, local rap artist, musician, did an event with her a couple of weeks ago, and I was blown away by this young 23-year-old doing some big things out there in our community representing Sacramento. So I wanted to get her on, and that's what we do, man. Our summer sermons, we highlight and spotlight people here in the city of Sacramento.
So, Jay, we've been trying to figure out if there's a way to get her to do, even if it's just like a cappella 2 lines or something that could be like the Drive Guys theme. And legally, there's probably no way to do it, but Drapes and I have been trying to figure it out. Yeah, if there's any way we could do that.
Well, the great part about this is, guess what?
What?
We always got off the air conversation.
Okay,
right?
okay,
So, you know, we had Young Zelly and Michelle. Look, we'll have enough artists throughout the summer that we might be able to put together, a compilation or something.
Okay.
So we'll figure it out. We'll even just, everybody give us 2 bars.
There you go.
Yeah, 4 bars or something.
That's all.
That's all we're looking for.
All right, now it's time for Whitey's Wayback Machine Quiz for July the 30th, brought to you by Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Who's the champion? This man.
The champ is here.
Kyle Draper is your champion. So you're up first today, Drapes. All questions have to do with things that happened on this date or things that are related to things that happened on this date. In what years? Here's your categories. This date, what year in pro football? 1930 World Cup, 1959 in Giants history. We also have 1973, 1988, and 2006. And those, by the way, are both baseball. All 3 of the last ones, 73, 88, 2006, are all baseball.
World Cup,
1930. It's multiple choice.
Okay.
Your question. What nation won the first World Cup tournament ever played on this date in 1930? Uruguay, Brazil, England. 1930 World Cup. I believe they were the host nation. 1930 World Cup. What nation?
England.
England is not correct. Chance for Jay to swoop in, scoop and score and steal. Jay, what nation won the first World Cup tournament ever played this date, 1930? Uruguay? Is it Uruguay or Uruguay? Uruguay.
It's potato.
Right.
Brazil.
That'd be Uruguay.
You're correct.
Nice.
Yeah, Jay's got the point.
I chose that because I thought it'd be a closest 2. I'm like, there's no way it's going to be a multiple choice. That's probably a closest 2. And then you said it's a multi. I'm like, oh my gosh, I won't know this.
All right, Jay, you're up with 1-0 lead this day. What year in pro football? 1959 in Giants history. 1973, 1988, and 2006. Those are all baseball.
Let's go 1988.
1988. This is the closest too.
Okay. We'll let Drapes rock first.
Drapes, this date, 1988, John Franco, legendary lefty reliever, set a record for most saves in 1 month. That record has since been broken. Question is, what is the MLB record for most saves in 1 month? It is shared by Chad Cordero, Lee Smith, and John Wetland.
18.
18, Jay?
Ooh. Man,
I got it.
Saves in 1 month.
Wetland, Wetland, Lee Smith, and Chad Cordero.
They share it.
A big fella.
John Franco set the record this date, 88, but that record has since been broken.
You got a 50-50 chance to get it right.
Hey, man, slow down. Slow down, baby. I know you got places to be and people to see.
I got things going on.
What'd you say, 18?
You said 18.
19.
15.
Yeah. Sure, I was worried about that.
It's hard to get a lot of save opportunities.
Yeah.
Drapes tying it up. Yeah,
got somebody maybe come out of the woodworks with it.
I was surprised. And by the way, when Franco said it in 88, it was 13. Yeah.
Dang, okay.
So Drapes, you're up 1-1. This date, what year in pro football? 59 in Giants history. 1973 and 2006. Those are both baseball.
2006. Yeah.
2006. That's another.
No basketball. Come on, man.
There was nothing going on.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, if we get to a tiebreaker,
maybe
that's to do with today's the anniversry of the start of the bubble.
Yeah.
You were there, right?
No, we didn't. I didn't go down.
Oh, you weren't.
Yeah,
there.
we didn't go.
No. All right, 2006, the closest to. You want to go first?
Yeah, Jay can go first.
All right, Jay. This date, 2006, Bruce Sutter inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame. Now, according to Brad Lidge, who was just inducted Sunday, how many full-time relief pitchers have been enshrined at Cooperstown? And by the way, if you're going to count, Dennis Eckersley's not included in this because he was a full-time reliever, but he was a starter before that. So, according to Brad Lidge, who was inducted Sunday, how many full-time relief pitchers have been enshrined at Cooperstown? He said there were this many, and now there's this many because he was including himself.
Because he included himself.
Yeah. What do you think?
Man.
Yeah.
Anybody remember Bruce Sutter with that
Oh
splitter?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Brewers. Including Brad Lidge, I'm gonna say.
If anybody remembers, he gave this answer in his speech.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 6.
6.
5.
8. There's 8.
I thought I had that one.
Yeah. So Jay taking the lead.
Did he name them?
I'll get them for you.
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll look it up.
Mm-hmm. It's like Raleigh Fingers and Goose Gossage and Trevor Hoffman and Mariano Rivera. And, is Lee Smith in there? Anyway, yeah, it's 2-1. So you're up, Jay.
All right, Jay. You got me right where you want.
Here we go. Let's go.
This date, what year in pro football? 1959 in Giants history. 1973 baseball.
73 baseball.
73 baseball.
Stay away
I
from that
love this
Giants
question. I think it's a really
you love this
stupid
one.
question, but
Okay.
I love it. Jay, this date, 1973. The uncle of what future Sacramento King throws a no-hitter against the A's for the Texas Rangers? The uncle of what future Sacramento King throws a no-hitter against the A's for the Texas Rangers? Was it Mike Bibby's uncle Jim? Was it Mike Woodson's uncle Alan? Or was it Eddie Johnson's uncle Walter?
What? Wait, say that one more time. Wait a minute.
Why did this question?
This day, 1973. The uncle of what future Sacramento King throws a no-hitter against the A's for the Rangers? Was it Mike Bibby's uncle Jim? Was it Mike Woodson's uncle Alan? Was it Eddie Johnson's uncle Walter?
Mike Bibby's uncle.
Jim Bibby?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes,
Damn,
sir.
I knew that one.
Yes, sir.
I had that one. That's all right, big fella.
By the way, Walter Johnson was not actually Eddie Johnson's uncle.
I know, right?
Yeah, I figured
Hey,
that.
hold up,
He was
man.
white.
All right, it's 3-1, Drapes.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to get going
I'm
here.
ready. I
this
got
day,
it
what
right
year in pro football? 1959 in Giants history. You got to win these next 2
Pro
points.
football, baby.
All right. This day, what year? You know how that works. You get to hear it, decide. This day, what year in pro football? The Boston Patriots host a preseason win over the Buffalo Bills in the American Football League's first game ever played.
Jay can go first.
What year, Jay?
One more time.
The Boston Patriots post a preseason win over the Buffalo Bills in the American Football League's first game ever played. What year?
American Football League, huh?
Yeah, the AFL.
Yeah, that's going to be about 1946.
1946.
Good guess, Jay. Good guess.
Al Draper?
47.
It's 1960.
Damn.
1960.
What?
Your boy's still alive.
Staying alive.
Man, the original 8 started around the 40s or something, 30s
Yeah,
or
but
something
the
crazy.
AFL was 1960. Jay, you're up 3-2.
Okay.
Need this.
You can win it here. And it's you, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1959 in Giants history.
Good.
Win on a Giants question. In his major league debut, Jay, he goes 4 for 4 with 2 singles and 2 triples. This day, 1959. Who is he? Willie McCovey, Orlando Cepeda, Willie Mays.
In 59?
1959.
That'd be Cepeda.
Damn it, Jay.
That is not correct.
Oh!
Here it is, Kyle Drake.
Give me the question again, please.
1959 in his major league debut. He goes 4 for 4 with 2 singles and 2 triples. Who is he? Willie McCovey, Willie Mays.
Willie McCovey.
Correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was only one of the 2. Yeah, it wasn't Willie. It wasn't Mays. Wasn't
right,
Mays.
it wasn't Mays.
Yeah.
I think we're out of time.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got the belt.
No. We got about a minute. Let's go. Fire it up. Let's fire it up.
All right. So, Drapes.
I'm up.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
The 2020 NBA bubble. It's the closest to. You want to go first?
No, Jay can go.
Okay.
All right, Jay. The NBA resumed the 2019-20 season in the bubble in Orlando. Between July 30th and the end of the season on October 11th, the NBA reported how many cases of COVID inside the bubble?
Oh, inside the bubble.
Inside the bubble.
3.
3, Drapes?
4.
The answer is
0.
Really? Yes.
That's what I thought it was good. Yes, sir.
No, that's weak. That's weak.
Set him up, Whitey.
I
in the bubble,
there was
0
none.
cases.
No, I think it was reported cases.
I set him up.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that.
Thanks for being with us. Stick around. JR Sports. That's Jay. Jay, that's terrible.
Celebrate.
Man.
The parade starts soon. Blacktown Sports.
20.